Welcome back to B Team. Last time we did a variety of things. So it was a bit of an info dump, and it has been frankly, your whole time in Bresk has been a bit of an info dump. Um, but there was a variety of things that happened specifically last time. We'll just very quickly recap before we jump in. So last time we started out with the idea you guys went before the king. Balin and yourselves sort of made the case for Sequin and denying the Sargavans access to the Elite Gap, and were rebuffed. You were The king did not seem amenable to your propositions, and in fact, you guys were told that you would be considered persona non grata inside the city of Bresk after 3 days. He basically gave you 3 days. Go ahead and then you leave the city. So that didn't go well, but there was some other things that came back. So basically, you guys talked quite a bit about Jaas and trying whether or not it was smart to go after him. Him being at holding at the him being located at the Velvet Rose, but it being well known as sort of a crime place, a tavern and inn where criminals and that kind of stuff gathered. It also was clear from your interactions with Pixis, the female kidnapper, that this Joss very much was aware of who you guys are and your relative strengths, and because she admitted to you pretty much flat out that she was told to avoid you guys if possible and only kidnap Balin. We talk about Pixis. I mean, some other interesting news came forward when you guys ran into Hralk, who told you, Constable Hralk from the Talons, who basically told you that he brought Pixis into Talon headquarters. She was there for about 90 minutes and then released. And largely, he was chastised for even bringing her in because the word had been out on you guys, and that they were like, the word of the people that the king is kicking out of the city for a variety of reasons does not in itself constitute evidence. And she was released technically as without having significant evidence to keep her. There was an instance when Wraith made the case. It's like, look, we came across evidence that people were simply murdered for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, but you can't hold this person without evidence, or on scanty evidence, even if you consider. If you consider us to be sources, I mean, Balin himself was beaten pretty badly. I mean, there was no doubt about that. But they did let her go, which seemed to indicate that maybe she had friends in high places, or somebody wanted her released,
or enemies in high places.
or enemies in high places. Exactly right. So there was a fair amount of talk about Ginnis, Proxy Ginnis, who is Lord Gallows' proxy, who had been imprisoned in a place called Godfrey Prison. And the whether or not it was smart to try and break him out. There was two different schools of thoughts on that, right? So one part was like, yeah, break him out. We're headed to Gallowfend anyway. And Balin was like, look, if we break him out and we bring him with us, Lord Gallo will be very pleased. Him and Ginnis have been friends for most of their adult lives. Ginnis is his proxy here in Bresk. If we leave him here, that would not necessarily, certainly Gallo would be disappointed. On the other hand, if there is still some way to convert King Steppengard into stopping the Sargavan Five Corps from coming through the Elite Gap, breaking prisoners out of his prison is probably not the best way to do it. In fact, it could probably have some far-reaching consequences, especially for Lord Gallo, because the idea is, I mean, you guys are known in town. If the day that you guys leave town, Ginnis is sprung from prison, it doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to put together the idea that you guys may have been involved, and that makes your reputation that much more sullied from the point of view of being traitorous or seditious when it comes to King Steppengard. The king has already accused Lord Gallo of treason. He's already imprisoned his proxy in Bresk. If you guys were to act in this way, it would almost certainly cement, at least in the eyes of the king, that you guys were allied with a traitor, and that would not necessarily be great news for Sequin. So there's that. Harel, after delivering the messages from the information about Pixis, basically said, "Look, if you need to contact me, leave a message at a place called the Silver Saddle. That's his regular tavern that he goes to. He goes, I won't necessarily be there every day, but I will do my best to try and, if you leave me a message, I will get to it." Then you guys were accosted by a guy named Hrumbard, a bard who works with the musicians associated with the king's, with the king's palace. He had a very interesting story to tell. He came to you to deliver what he purported to be was a message from Nina Glibglammer, the Lord Chamberlain Glibglammer. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Umbridge,
yeah. Who basically said, look, you guys are going to be arrested. The king has already signed out the warrants. You need to leave town. But the Lord Chamberlain has said, has basically said, if you can get Ginnis out, the better. The message read very, the message read specifically, why are we not working here? Here we go. So the message said this, and I'll try and make this a little bigger here. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, everything's doing real good tonight, isn't it? There we go. All right, so it says the black obelisk is hollow inside our clothes and supplies. 2 miles southwest of is the town of Maxon. The inn is called the Shore and Coin. They know to take care of you. Code word is Eladir must fall, stay there for one night, and then go on to Gallo. No more than that, for the Talon will be on your trail, and there's naught I can do for it. So basically, she's saying, get out of town. You'll be safe at Gallifend. Don't come back to Bresk. Your lives will be forfeit here. That kind of stuff. And this note was purported to be from Lord Chamberlain Glibglammer herself. In fact, Balin, when he saw the container that had gnomish runes on it that basically spelled out her name, he said either this is from Glibglammer or for somebody very desperate to make sure that it looked like it came from Glibglammer, because the little thing that held the note was, he estimated its value at approximately 50 gold pieces. So either somebody's trying very hard to convince you that that note came from Lord Chamberlain Glibglammer, or it came from her herself. That said, Titus, invisible and flying, watched as Hrumbard, who seemed to be acting quite schizophrenically during the course of the discussion points. He watched him as he went about 6 blocks away from the Golden Griffin and was taken into custody by Talon operatives, manacled, and brought to Godefroy prison. Which seems completely at odds with the story that he was telling.
Yep.
Balin came back and said, essentially, I talked with the proxies for Duke Dashkaban and Lady Timor, and they are with us. And he mentioned that there is, in the sort of constitution, for lack of a better term, of the Bandu Hills, the king can be outvoted by the Council of Nobles. The king holds 3 votes. If six nobles can agree on the same thing, they will outvote the king. Right now, it looks like the king is under the sway of the Sargabans, and it may be magical. It may be just he's in a bad place right now. But Balin basically had a note of optimism, saying, "Hey, look, we're not without allies. Duke Gallo is on our side. Lady Timor, Duke Dashkavan. We have 3 of those votes. The other votes are going to be a little bit difficult. Baron Magadon, for example, is next in line if the king abdicates or killed. Baron Rhaego hates Sequin for reasons that we talked about a while ago. Lady Naaman is against Sequin because of what was done to Shalosha, her friend Shalosha, and the paladin from Sequin. I'm sorry, Laura Beck, who could be, that being the case, however, you guys have already tried to mend your fences with Princess Shalosha. It's fairly obvious that you guys personally were not involved in the assassination of Lorbeck, and it's possible that you can come up with some evidence that maybe that you can pin it on Vortbert and absolve the town of Sequin for this for Lorbeck's death, but that isn't yet finalized. So I mean, it's possible.
Right.
And then you have Lady Dane and Baron Magadon, who are sort of on the fence. And Lord is going to be a much more difficult proposition, if only for the fact that
He's a lord.
it's Lord is that it was absolutely 100% loyal to the king, and it's Lord is territory that provides the bulk of the king's army, his armed forces. And so that being the case, it would be difficult. I mean, Lord Is will be a thorny wicket. Not impossible, because he is he's a fair-minded individual, but he's also incredibly loyal to the king. So it's unknown. But at this point, I think we have no real other option other than to mark Bresk and King Steppengard's area as being anti-sequin at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some questions. I mean, to break out Jinnis or not break out Jinnis, to try and help Balin and through him Duke Gallo recruit allies to try and overturn the king's pronouncements, such as they are. Go after Jaas and try and find some proof. You don't have a ton. If what Hrumbard has said is the case, and you guys are going to be arrested before the 3 days was out, and that was part of the message that he relayed, you don't have a ton of time. Or do you just abandon Bresk, head for Gallows, and
we're all going to move to Absalom.
Get to a safe place where you can regroup and figure out what comes next? So that's kind of where we start. There's a lot of information there. There's a lot of politics happening here. There's a lot of stuff that you don't know. Especially concerning is the note from Glibglammer, who seemed very much against Sequin during the court, in court, in the king's court, and was also against. I mean, had no compunction of calling Rendell, who is Jinnis's clerk and an employee of Duke Gallo, is traitor, trying to squeeze an admission out of him that would essentially be a nail in the coffin for a treason charge against Duke Gallo. But then at the same time, she's like, "Get Jinnis out. I've set it up so that you guys can escape. I've made arrangements that you guys will be safe."
This is so much a trap.
Well, it certainly could be. It feels trappy, but what if it's legit?
It's a trap, but this is my opinion. It's a trap, but I don't see a better option than to see. My whole point of being on the fence and going back and forth and not wanting to ruffle feathers was I wanted to get on the king's good side and basically prove to him that we're trying to help him, even though we're really trying to get it to where the whatchamacallit, the evil guys, Sargovans can't come through the pass, but basically show him that, hey, we're on your side here, and this will be beneficial if you don't let them through, because they'll wipe out everyone around you, and then you'll be surrounded, and then they'll wipe you out. That's just that's how they work. We've seen it work. We saw it happen with our hometown. So that was my on the fence back and forth and not wanting to ruffle feathers. But if he's already made up his mind, there's no changing it, and we're going to get arrested, I say we go, full fireball, and let's go shake down, try and get, yeah, exactly that. Let's go hit Jaas, and we don't have to be careful about it and not ruffle feathers. Just go in there, hit him hard, figure out what we can find out. I mean, if we get nothing, oh well, we roughed up a crime lord guy, so no worries there. But it's possible he might have something there that if we can overpower, get in and look around quickly, we might be able to find some evidence that we could get to someone to use later. It'd be suspect coming from us, but we can get it to someone else who doesn't have our tarnished reputation, and they could bring it to him and it would hold weight. So I said we do that, and then grab the dude at the prison and then hit the road. And we do not take the clothes and we do not stay wherever she said to stay. Like I said,
The town of the Shorn Coin in the town of Maxon.
yeah, my gut tells me, just from what I saw in the thing and the fact that she's using, well, we suspect she was using spells to mess with this guy or confuse this guy.
Mm-hmm.
She's better at politics than us, and I'm pretty sure this is a trap. And if we go accept her help, then she knows exactly where we'll be and when we'll be there. And
It's a good point. And you're out of the city, and you would be out of the city.
Right.
While Hralk continues to sort of protest that the Talon are only exercising the king's wishes. Outside of the city, the Talon seem to be operating with a great deal of impunity.
So that's my take on it. If anyone wants to debate or has a different viewpoint.
Sounds good to me.
No. Sounds reasonable.
All right. Is that what you guys want to do? You guys want to go down to the Velvet Rose and see what you can find out?
Yeah. And I like my plan too, because it's full frontal assault, which is kind of our strong suit. We don't really have any other kind of plan, so.
Okay.
We're really good at kicking the door in.
All right. Is there anything that you guys want to do before you head down to the Velvet Rose? I know there was some talk, so keep in mind you've got Balin, and Balin's like, I'm not a.
No, we don't want Balin to know anything. We tell Balin, grab your stuff and leave now. Head straight to Gallows and don't look back.
Well, he's like, I don't know. Well, I mean, with everything going between, I mean, it's quite a distance.
Okay.
He's like, I don't want to go without you. He
Meet us somewhere outside, about a mile or so outside of town. We'll meet up there. And then
well, he's thinking, should I go to this Maxon place? He goes, I know vaguely of the town. He goes, I've passed by it. I haven't been in it. It's a small town about a couple of miles away from, down the mountain. Should I go there? Should I meet you there?
Anywhere else we can meet?
Well, there's not much. I mean, once we get sort of into Baron Magadon's land, I mean, the paths are good. There's towns here and there. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible road.
I just want to stay away from anything that Umbridge is recommended.
Okay. All right. Well, he's like, look, I can go if you think it wise. I can go to the next town past Maxon. Would that be satisfactory? And I can hire some people here.
Yeah, hire someone to just get you
accompany me, and then I'll wait for you to join me.
Yeah, whatever that second town is. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, I'd have to check. He's like, if I recall correctly, its name was. He's like, he can't think of it very easily. He says, I think if I recall correctly, the name was Volrim, Volrihm. I believe that was the name of it.
Okay, well, we're just going to go through Maxon or whatever, and then to the next town.
It would be probably about 10 miles down the mountain from Bresk. It would still be in King Steppengard's domain.
Right, but 10 miles should only take us about 3 hours to get there.
Yeah, less if you have horses.
Right. Did we have horses coming up here? He had a wagon, so he can take his wagon.
Yeah, he'll take the wagon. I don't remember if you guys. I think maybe you did have horses.
I think we did have horses.
Okay.
Yeah, we left them somewhere. We talked about this already. I think we had horses.
Yeah, you guys had horses.
Discussion before.
Okay. I need to pay someone to meet us with those horses outside. And I already took it off my sheet, Les, but I told you, H guy, our guy, the place he said that he frequents and to send a message to.
The Silver Saddle, yeah.
Yeah. Before I go there, I'm going there and setting up a 50 gold piece tab for him.
Okay.
So when he goes in there, at least, and considering a drink is less than a silver piece a piece.
Yeah, it'll last him a year.
Yeah. So basically say this is on his tab, you know, for helping us out.
All right, cool.
But yeah, we need a gold or two. Would that be enough to pay someone to grab our horses and just
Oh yeah,
stay
yeah, I think
outside,
so.
stay about a couple hundred yards outside of the gates and just wait for us?
Absolutely.
Because I don't know how we're getting out of here after we go into prison and break a guy out. So
Well, according so there was one thing that Hralk did tell you about was his friend Brandlix, who is the who works for a place called Jalen's Cartography. But according to Hralk, this Brandlix guy is the man to talk to when it comes to who knows the caves under the city.
right.
And he said he remembered. No, you hadn't have a chance to talk to him yet. So he and Hralk said that he remembered that there was always this rumor of Godefroy prison specifically that it was somehow connected to various cave systems underneath the mountain. And he was like, "Look, I can't tell you that it is. I certainly couldn't point you to him, but Brandlix is considered to be the expert on the caves of Bresk Mountain."
Okay. So we're gonna go see him and then go straight to Jaas's place and then go to the prison.
Okay.
Does that sound
All
good?
right. So you're gonna go see. You're gonna. Well, I mean, is everybody on board with that?
Yep.
Yes.
Or are you guys going to kill Arendar
Yeah,
and
and
hire
and
have a new
vote in a new leader.
and sign on with Vortberg in the defensive seat? All right, cool. And welcome, Eric.
Greetings.
Good to see you, bud.
Good to see you all.
Tamara's is in bed, I hope.
Actually, I just got her to sleep on the couch. So in a few minutes, I'll go and try to bring her to bed, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So you guys are packing up all your stuff and getting ready. Balin is putting his things away. He's made arrangements. He's using the same two bodyguards that he hired to go through town, that he hired from before to accompany him. There's money changes hands. He's like, prepare my wagon and that kind of stuff. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And everything seems to be getting ready. You guys, I guess, pack up all your things as well.
Yeah, have him put him on the wagon.
Okay, and have them put in the wagon so you meet up, except for the horses and the stuff that you'll carry on those. That would be fine. And then you guys roll out into town and head into the city to see this Brandlix. It doesn't take very long. Actually, Jalen's Cartography is quite near the Golden Griffin, and you have a note from Prowl, because that's sort of a letter introduction. And very quickly, you guys find yourself ushered in to a large room with a very welcoming sort of fire and an enormous table in the middle of it. There are bookshelves surrounding the entire room, and seated at that table is a dwarf who is poring over what looked to be a huge amount, an enormous amount of papyruses and maps. There are tools all over the table, compasses and what's the thing that we used to have to buy in grade school? It was for telling angles. What is that called? Thing?
Protractor.
A protractor. Yeah, there's protractors and that kind of stuff. And as you are ushered into his office, he looks up with a smile and says, "Hi."
Hey, Les, real quick.
Yep.
As we're going in there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna lean over to Wraith and ask if he wants to wait outside and just kind of keep track of anyone who might be tailing us.
Are you worried he's going to kill the cartographer?
No.
Oh.
I'm just guessing someone's already tailing us, and I'm hoping.
Well,
Who
I will
who
pass.
else is really good with perception in our group?
So I'll set up a post somewhere casually outside.
Outside
I'll
of the
cast
building itself.
message.
Yeah,
Okay.
outside of the building
And
itself.
Andrew Titus is going to cast message.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good call.
Excellent. All right. So you guys are ushered in. The guy's very welcome. He's like, "Hi, my name's Branlitz. I'm a cartographer here. My understanding is that you came here specifically to see me. How can I help you?"
He looks like Robin Williams.
He does look like a little Robin Williams, doesn't he?
We tell him to tell us a joke. I'm just kidding. I guess
Underneath his medieval robes, he has a set of rainbow-colored suspenders.
I'm gonna let Titus do most of the talking. I'm just gonna kind of be behind him and kind of a +1. But basically, we just need him to convince him to get us information without and give him plausible deniability. So we're not going to say, hey, we're going to break into a prison, help us escape. But we're going to basically say, yeah, we've heard, something along the lines of, of these cave systems. No one knows them better than you do. And oh, if there happens to be a section that connects to some prison, that would be interesting.
Sure. All right. So are you going to try? So Titus, will you try a bluff check or a diplomacy check, or will you try to intimidate him?
28 diplomacy.
28. All right. So basically, what do you ask the guy? Say, look, we're interested in the caves underneath the city.
Yeah, look, hey, man, I see you're into cartography. I am an amateur burgeoning cartographer. I understand you know your way around the catacombs and sewers and caves of this town.
And we've given him the note and said, from a good friend of ours.
Oh.
Yeah. So you do have a note from Hralk, who basically is like, help these guys.
Oh, what do I need diplomacy for?
Well, basically for exactly what Mike thought. I mean, Hralk isn't likely to suborn a prison break. In fact, you'll remember Hralk was like, look, I don't want to hear the plan. I don't want to hear what you're doing. But hypothetically, if you were interested in something like that, this is the guy you would talk to.
All right. So I hand him the note.
Okay. So he's, Hralk, my old friend, that kind of thing. He's like, I haven't seen him for a while, but I'll have to go down to the saddle one of these evenings and catch him in his cups. And we haven't talked. How is Hralk? Is he doing well?
He's doing well. He sends his regards, and he sends us as well.
Excellent. So how can I serve you?
Well, we have some interest in cartography and archaeology and architecture, and we were told that you could kind of show us around the undersides of the city.
Or give us some maps.
Give us
some maps. All right. So with a 28 diplomacy, he seems very comfortable with what you guys are talking about, and he's like, yeah, absolutely. He's like, oh yes, the cave systems that undergird the mountain that the city of Bresk sits on are incredibly diverse, and also they go almost everywhere. In fact, as you look at the various layers of the city as the city was overlaid on time, the original city of Bresk, centuries before, was originally built out of those caverns and has since expanded into the great city that you see today. But yes, those caverns undergird a great deal of the city, and oftentimes you will find certain houses have entrance to the caverns and those kind of things, and older buildings especially, will have all sorts of connections to the caverns. There are still beer makers down in the western area of the city, which is the lowest area of the city, from a plain standpoint, who still use many of whom still use the caverns for the lagering of their beer, because of the cool temperatures and the safety of putting their beer there, because otherwise, it could be that the beer could be filched from their caves.
As he does that, I'm like, shh, we got dwarves in our party, dude. Come on.
So he's like, is there something specific you're interested in that I can help you with?
Navigating.
Down in the caverns, navigation is obviously difficult. You'll want a compass. You'll want a good map. I assume that you guys are able to use such things effectively.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Excellent. So once you have that sort of equipment, and I can provide the map, of course, of the area. Are you looking at a particular region? The caves, and the reason I ask is because there's no one single map that encompasses the entirety of the cave system under the mountain. It's just too vast, and so a papyrus holding that map would be bigger than this shop, let alone my office. So if there's a particular place that you're interested in, perhaps I can provide you with that as well.
So is the prison in the middle of town?
It's
east
not.
side of town?
It's on the western. No, wait. Southern end of the city. It's an older portion of the city, but it's sort of back away from the city center. The palace is largely city center, and as you can imagine, sort of all of the services and goods and things that would accrue to a seat of government are sort of surround it. And then you have sort of a core ring of residences and the services that cater to them, and then around the outside edges of the city, the edges of the mountain, is the oldest portions of the city, and that's where, like in the southern end, is where Godefroy Prison is. He just mentioned the western end is where there are several beer makers that work, but it's also the closest to the cave systems.
So what else is southerly that we could feign interest in that would sound reasonable? Or maybe if someone knows local history, we can mention.
We don't know any of this stuff here.
Well, somebody might have a knowledge local check. I mean, you could pull that off. Just who is the best knowledge local?
I have knowledge history
Hmm?
and
Got a good one.
knowledge read.
That
That could help.
So, like, if we could say we're researching a battle or magic or something that took place south of here,
Yeah.
round about where that prison is.
Okay. Give me an is that okay, so Vondram 24, that's a knowledge local?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So you remember that,
she's a dwarf, so yeah.
and she's a dwarf. He's a dwarf. So you do
Well,
remember there was a
Dwelf.
sorry?
He's a dwelf. He's a part dwarf, part elf.
Ooh, that's interesting. All right. So, but as part of your dwarven studies, especially back to the Lyceum, part of it was history. And you do remember that in the southern area of the city of Bresk, there was you remember that there is a historical footnote from about a century and a half ago, in which there was an interesting battle between dwarvish sorcerers, two gangs of dwarvish sorcerers, who fought in the surrounding area of near Godefroy Prison, and in one case, as one of the gangs of sorcerers was being defeated, they managed to escape through the cave systems associated with Godefroy Prison. They managed to escape. This could be a hook that you could use to ask about that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh yes, the great battle of the dwarven sorcerer gangs. I've heard tell of that. Oh yes, it took place near what's now Godefroy Prison and in the surrounding area. I have some interesting maps of their show, especially and you're correct in your assumptions. Godefroy Prison is indeed connected to a cave system. Now it's a little bit dangerous going, and certainly I wouldn't recommend going into the prison. But certainly those caves around there have been found to have all sorts of different interesting artifacts, and not artifacts in the magic sense, but artifacts from this battle and from historical battles. That area of the city has actually got a great deal of history. If you have some time, I'd be happy to talk to you guys about it. Then
Actually, we just need a map.
Okay. Well, then he says, "Well, the best map I have of that." He shows you some random maps. He has, and this map actually shows at least what about a century ago, the interior and connective tissue, connecting caverns that are associated with Godefroy Prison, and they are right here. So he comes here and he says, "This is the map that I'm thinking of," and let's just go ahead and make that bigger. It's not hyper detailed as many maps from that stretch from that area were, but you can see here in the bottom area, you see the cavern system, which seems to butt up against the cell blocks, and which seems to butt up in the sense of level action. You can see there are two main caverns that go off away from this cavern. There was a report that some of these initial cells were initially carved out, at least partially, of this cavern. It's quite close to the surface of the south end there, and then goes deeper later. And then administrative offices. But yeah, there's a Godefroy prison, as you can imagine, is quite small. It's historically been disused. There are people who have drawn the king's disfavor over the course of thing have been put there and released. It's quite small, but yes, the cave system does connect to the back of it. Now, I'm not sure that there doesn't seem to be any instances on this map of how one might get from the cave system into the prison and vice versa.
But that's all right.
Legends have it that this was accomplished, but it might be sealed up now. I don't know that the captain of prisons would allow a gaping hole into the caverns in his prison. But yes, it does butt up against quite closely.
Okay, and then does this map also show these caverns the way that the dwarves like escaped out and how they traveled? And
well, the sorcerer, yeah. So he's like, look, it's pretty simple. There are a couple of cave entrances that exist quite near here that can be taken, and you can go through those caverns. They're quite safe, and tectonically, we've had a very stable sort of environment, so you don't have to worry about cave-ins or anything. People go down there all the time. I mentioned earlier the beer makers will store their barrels of beer in the coolness of the caves, and it's quite safe. There's no if you're worried about cave-ins or monsters or anything like that. It's nothing like that you would see. Every once in a while, you'll hear a report of an undead or something coming out of the cave, a skeleton from ages ago, still ensorcelled by a necromancer coming back to life through the dislodging of some large stone or something like that. But between you and me, I don't give those stories any credits. I've been down in these caves many times, including the caves that you're talking about, and they're quite safe.
the RUSs don't exist?
There are RUSSs down there, as far as I know. I've never seen anything down there other than the occasional large spider, and by large I mean the size of my hand. He holds up his hand. And the occasional small pool of water with albino crickets and stuff in there. I haven't seen anything more dangerous than that.
Okay, so this is my question to you, the DM, not Aaron Darda, the guy. This map that he's showing, as I start looking at it, is it very easy for us to, once we're in the prison and we get into this southeastern section, is there a map that I can see how to get out of the city from there?
Well, you could kind of surmise. So as you look at the other maps that he's showing you of the thing, you believe that you would probably come in this way. I'm sorry, you can't see that. Let me can you see my hand here?
Yep.
All right, so you come in from this cavern from the left. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it opens up into this. Now, if you were thinking of what escaping, because one of the things that Hrumbard told you is that you can get out through the caves. It comes up outside of the city walls,
right?
And you can get out to the road of Maxon. That would be, at least from your interpretation of these maps, that would be in this direction.
So does he have maps that go out that direction that show us where to go, or once we get going down that southeastern thing, is that pretty much it? We just follow that until we get out?
It's pretty clear. He hasn't been down that way. He does have some maps, and it does seem to be a fairly straight shot. A few small off caves and things like that. He goes once, and he's like, look, once the caves get outside of the city of Bresk itself, they largely come up fairly quickly outside of the mountain. It's just the city that's undergirded by these caves.
Okay. No, this is exactly what we want. So how much does he want for them?
So if you want to purchase these maps, and he puts them together, there's 3 or 4 maps that'll show you the way, including this one. He's like, probably a gold and a half. Okay.
I give him 2 gold. I'll mark it off.
Okay.
And say thank you very much for your quick help. And
no, it's my pleasure. Are you sure that these maps will do good? Do you need to if you want my recommendation, I would buy a compass. Once you get down there, you won't be able, obviously, won't be able to see the sun.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we need a compass too.
I don't sell them here, but you could certainly get one at any nearby general store, a high quality one for well, depending on the level of quality, but one that would be suitable for going into the caves. I'm sure a gold or two would get you in good stead.
Okay, so I'm taking 4 gold off my sheet for paying him and for the compass.
They are indeed invented.
With a mining profession, Bondrum's going to be pretty handy down in the caves,
Yes.
right?
This is I'm counting on you and Poe to help us to get us through. This is our backup in case something goes wrong.
That doesn't sound good for me.
What's that?
Awesome. Cool. You know, this looks like a good
Okay.
plan. I mean, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
Walk in the park.
Okay, we thank him, and I'll go out, and I haven't seen Chuck yet, but I
So
checked.
Chuck,
Wait.
give me a quick. Oh, he's not there, is he? So when he gets back, we'll ask him for a quick.
He's back.
We can use message.
Right, Chuck, give me a quick perception check. All right, 31. All right, so you're standing outside on the street, and there's a fair amount of traffic going through. People going to shops. This is an area that has a lot of shops and stuff like that. And at first, you're like, I don't see much. You don't see anything. And then you get a kind of about a block and a half down, hanging out, sort of not behind a corner, but sort of at a corner. Are those 2 dwarves that you saw inside the Griffin? You'll remember that you guys were sort of looking. You were sort of looking around to see if anybody was watching you guys while you talked to Frumbard.
Right.
These 2 guys were in the Griffin while you guys were talking to Frumbard. At first, you're like, can't possibly be those guys. Dwarves all sort of look alike, but yeah,
That's racist.
as you sort of get a better look at them, you're pretty sure that it's them. Now, they're not doing anything. They're not even obviously looking at you. They're just sort of hanging out by the corner, talking to each other. Every once in a while, somebody will pass them and they'll exchange a few words and then they'll move on, or somebody will wave hi, that kind of thing. But you're not 100% sure they're even watching you. It's just proximity seems weird though, because you're not super close to the Golden Griffin. I mean, you're not next door.
Right.
It's far enough away where it's odd that you could see them.
But
it could still be considered a coincidence.
There are no coincidences.
Yeah.
So from where I am, is there a way to move somewhere that I could still have a view of them? And if they wanted to keep an eye on me, they would have to move?
Absolutely. I mean, like if you were to walk down the street?
Yeah.
Okay. To see if they would break off from the corner and follow you?
Right. And
Yeah.
did I notice them immediately when the whole
No,
group
it took a minute.
went in?
They actually you didn't see them when the group went in.
Okay.
You just sort of posted up, and you've been sort of scanning the crowds and kind of hanging
Yeah.
out and that kind of thing. And it is even like a few minutes while they were inside before you actually spotted these guys. They were actually kind of so they're down the street about a block and a half next to a corner of a building that their cover's too strong a word, but because of where they are standing, it's easy to miss them, right? They sort of blend in with the corner of the building.
So I'm gonna try to move, and once I'm out of their immediate vision, do a stealth check.
Okay.
Try to move up like a block and
towards them or away from them?
Towards them.
Okay.
And see if they start to try to reacquire.
Okay. All right. So gotcha. All right. So you sort of duck in a little alleyway to get out of sight of them for a moment, and then you go into stealth mode and kind of go back into the street. It's difficult because rather than hiding, what you're realistically doing is sort of blending in with the crowd in a way that would sort of make you obscured. You do, as you get closer, you do see them sort of at one point you see one go to the other one. They speak a little bit. One goes around the corner away, and the other one begins to sort of walk slowly, meanderingly towards the cartographers, right? So you're heading this way, he's heading this way on
Right.
opposite sides of the street. He does seem to be looking around, but he doesn't seem too super concerned that he's lost you. He's just kind of like looking around. You don't know where the other guy went. He turned around the other corner and went a different direction.
Yeah. Well, I got a 22 stealth check, so
Okay.
not necessarily to be invisible, so to speak, just blend in and not have anybody notice me.
Right. Yeah. He's looking. As far as you can tell, the one guy has not looked at you. He's
And
like
then
looking down the street.
I'm gonna send a message to Andrew
Mhm.
and say we got two dwarves out of here that I noticed at the Griffin, and they definitely seem like they're looking for this group or paying attention.
Okay. Well, I mean, everybody should be tuned in. So
Yeah.
All right. That guy continues to walk down the street a little bit. He looks around, and after a few minutes, he seems to grow a little bit frustrated, and then he turns around and walks back to the corner where he stops. You still don't see the second guy yet. The
Yeah.
second guy hasn't returned from wherever he is, but he just stops and sort of posts up back at that corner again.
So I'll keep blending in and keep an eye on him and see if the other guy shows back up.
Okay. Takes a few minutes, but yeah, the other guy does show up. They talk. You can't really hear what they're saying because it's too far away and there's too many people in the street, but they're talking, and one guy's asking the guy who's continue to see looks like he's asking questions. The other guy seems like he's giving him information. Once they get done talking, they both go around the corner and leave.
Okay, let's bolt now.
I'll let the group know through message that
Okay.
our tails talk to each other, and now they seem to be leaving.
Okay.
Do you
Let's-
want them both murdered?
Well, probably, but let's take a non-roundabout or non-direct route to Joss's place. And we'll tell you which direction we're gonna go, and you stay a block or two or three behind us,
Okay.
kind of blending, and see if you see anyone else kind of take interest in us moving that direction.
No.
All right. So yeah, so you watch for a little while. Actually, give me a perception check. Another one.
Me?
And you're staying stealth, I think?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you do not see these guys reappear as the rest of the group moves down the street.
Like, so we're going to Joss's place, but we're just not gonna go straight there. We're gonna
Okay. Sort of meandering around to go to the Velvet Rose.
Want to make it so if someone's going the direction we're going, they're definitely following us because we're not taking a direct route somewhere.
All right.
Gotcha. Okay. There's a lot of people, but Wraith, you do not see those same two guys again. Either they've abandoned tracking you or they've handed the job over to somebody else.
Right.
Maybe they're just first level and suck.
It could be. They did roll sixes, so that wasn't great. So
So
all right.
I'll-
So
I'll
go
keep
ahead.
following behind by a block or two, and that'll vary. And I'll keep an eye on if anyone else is paying attention to the group.
Okay. It's about 8 blocks or so to the Velvet Rose, maybe 9. And throughout that travel, you do not perceive anyone else that seems to be specifically interested in your friends.
Okay.
Right? As you approach the Velvet Rose, you realize that you have turned a corner to a certain. I mean, not turned a corner, but you do recognize that the town, the area has gotten a little seedier. You do, Wraith, you immediately begin to feel more at home. In this point, there's people who are obviously, they give all the indications of being cut purses and that kind of stuff. Although none of you feel like you're in immediate danger. You get some hard looks from some people, but it looks like it's the look that petty thieves would give what well-moneyed strangers who seem to be far more competent with their weapons than the thieves are.
No.
Sort of a look of larceny and jealousy combined, but also cowardice. So you get there. So you make your way and you continue onward, and then pretty soon you come to this interesting sign that your DM made online called the Velvet Rose. Hello.
Eh,
There are a couple, as you approach on the street, there's a couple of people in the street and a couple of people standing in front of the door. And so let's just go ahead and hopefully this map will, wait a second, I got to check one thing on this map. I just want to make sure that I haven't done something stupid, and I haven't. So let's go there. All right, so we're going to go there. All right. Can you guys see yourselves?
No.
Oh, jeez.
No,
Okay, great. That's
no.
great. All right, hold on a second. Let me see if I can fix this a bit.
I'm
Let's see.
staring into the abyss.
Oh, that didn't work either. Well, you guys should have. Hold
are we
on.
at the top or bottom or middle or what?
I don't know at the bottom. It'll be at the bottom. I don't know why this does this, but it seems like it turns off your guys' light every time,
Huh.
which pisses me off.
I think it does that just to piss you off.
It's working. I'll tell you that right now. So here's Poe. Poe, can you see now?
no.
Great. That's fantastic.
He's the one with the slow internet connection.
Oh, wait a minute. Yep, I can. It was down at the bottom. There's a big black square, and then there's a little.
Okay, now I can see.
There
Yeah.
we go. All right, let me I'm just gonna go ahead and do everybody's light. Can anybody not see at this point?
Who's a Nazi?
Oh, I see it now. There. Yeah. I had
There's-
to scroll down.
It
Sorry.
reminds me, Andrew, it reminds me of that old joke. Have you seen Kyle? He's about this high. Seen Kyle? Horrible joke. All right, so let me finish up here with the things. And Vondrum is last.
Why doesn't Ono have a health bar?
Should.
Yeah, I don't see a health bar on him.
That's
He's like
because
missing the thing that allows us to see it.
he's dead.
I should have
The undead monk.
I don't see where if I hit it, I didn't mean to. Let me.
How about now?
I don't know. He moved and now it would be in the dark.
He ran up to the door guards for reasons that I can't comprehend right now.
Yeah. No, I still don't see a health
I
bar on
don't
him.
see it on him.
Actually, I don't see
has
my
one.
own health bar.
I see one.
He has one. I
Do
don't know
you?
why it's not going off.
No,
Yeah.
should it be bar 1, bar 2, or bar 3?
Let's try that. It's red. It should be red.
I don't see one for me, for Poe, but I do for Ono.
I see pose, but I don't see. Okay, maybe it's just roll 20 being messed up then.
No,
I don't know. Everybody seems to be working appropriately, and I'm just checking for everything. You guys should be able to see all of it. You won't see numbers for other people, but you should see red bars.
I
Red
see
bars
red
for
bars
ourselves.
for other.
I did a refresh and it fixed it. So it's
Ah,
just
good. Okay.
I'm gonna refresh now.
All right, perfect. All right, so you guys see as you guys approach the Velvet Rose, you can see a couple of things. One, there's a couple of people sort of kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like hovering around. You see two door guards, and these guys seem to be talking to each other. So the first door guard looks like this. Maybe not like that. Maybe. How did we not do that? There we go. Kind of looks like that, a little scary. The second door guard kind of looks like this. Why are you not? I can't really see that. It's hard to see, but an orc half-orc guy, and then you got people sort of hanging around. There's a guy standing outside. He looks pretty hammered. And then there's somebody, could be a monk down the way, a half-orc monk, kind of standing around.
Really?
Yeah, there's a fair amount of street traffic that's not shown on this map, but the doors themselves are open, and you can hear from inside the sound of laughter. There's some music being played somewhere, and it's just these guys are sort of standing in the door. It sounds like whatever's going on inside, people are having a good time. I don't know. Do you want to challenge him? I don't know. We don't even know if he's a monk at this point.
Not right now. No. Just
All right.
Just,
All right.
This is Ono's hobby.
Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Well, so these guys seem to they look at you, but they're like, well, here comes a gang of 6 people. And they seem to be heading our way, but we're not going to make any sudden and obvious movements until such time we know what's that about. They seem to be staff, and staff being highlighted by a blue circle on their icon.
I see.
They also seem to be sort of rough and tumble sort of fellows.
Not gonna.
Right.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
So is our cover just going to be, we're going to have a drink? We'll get in and see if there's a obvious back room, or ask about Jaas, and then just kind of push our way in.
That wasn't a question for me, I don't think.
No,
Bandrum's just not a leader. This is not his forte.
Yeah, I'm just following too, whatever.
okay,
Lead on, McDuff.
all right, Chuck. So, what do you think?
What do
Get in and grab a drink,
yeah, sure.
get the lay of the place, and then figure out where we need to.
And then kill everybody
Join.
in there? Okay.
Well, but
Oh no,
everybody.
didn't hear that.
We
Hear
do
what?
need to talk to some people. We're doing this to get information. So
I don't know if I've DM'd over the murder of an entire bar before.
Well,
This may be a something for that, a first for everybody.
just think of the XPs.
Today's gonna be a good day.
TBK, total bar kill.
TBK.
That's pretty good. That should go on the list.
It will.
Total bar kill.
They committed a TBK. Total party kill? No, a bar. They killed the whole bar. All right. So Arendar, I'm assuming, well, I don't know. I'm assuming I shouldn't assume that you are approaching these guys.
Yeah.
All right. What do you
And
say to them?
And as we get close, I'll
Mhm.
call back to my party and say, okay, first round's on me, but I'm not buying the rest of the night.
Mhm.
So casual.
Just as kind of a, hey, we're out, to have fun kind of thing. Not that, not that this sober, well-armed group is coming in to do a TBK.
You don't necessarily want to open with that, is what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
Guys,
All right.
hey, are you guys planning on doing a TBK? Oh, no,
Hey.
never.
You guys look like TBKers. We don't cotton with that here. So I'm going to need your assurances that there will be no BKing going on in here. Yeah, so you guys approach these guys and they sort of close ranks a little bit and are like, can we help you with something?
You sell alcohol, you're right.
Oh, you mean inside? Yeah, private
Yeah.
party. I'm sorry, this is a private club for private membership. You're not a member here, are you?
As far as you know.
Well, I know most of the members around here, and I don't remember you or any of these other people, especially him. He looks at Ono. That guy doesn't even look like he's 21.
He gets that a lot.
Anyway, it's a private party. If you're here to meet somebody, maybe you give me their name and I send somebody back to ask, and maybe you get let in. But if not, if you're just coming in here for a drink, as seems to be the case, it's a private club. I'm sorry. There's a good place about half a block down that way. He points down the other way. That'll be happy to help you and serve you all the beer and wine that you want for the rest of the night.
Okay.
Long as your coin is good.
Can I get some drinks if someone told me to come see Joss for some work?
Well, that's an interesting name to sort of drop off. Did this Jaas person invite you here?
No, but I was told this is where he would be.
So you only know of him.
Yeah, that's what the whole work thing's for.
Gotcha. Well,
and I want to drink. So if I could do both at the same time, that would be great.
All right, stay here. I'll send somebody to go ask and see if there's anybody named Jaas in here who is interested in employing a half dozen outworlders
that like to drink.
He turns around and he talks to this girl. He's like, "You go up on the balcony, see if anybody's up there." Okay. And she takes off and goes and heads up into the deep into the bar. It's only a couple of minutes. You guys sort of stare at each other, sort of making like, and she comes back.
Oh, I'm still making conversation like I'm,
Can we get an idea of who the patrons in there are, what type they are?
It's difficult. I mean, you could sort of see in, but it looks like at least at the doorway, you could see what it looked like a couple of additional guys who look like door guys, right? And to a certain extent, I mean, Wraith, you could see this. You've got a couple of guys in the door, but if they can't take care of business, there's two guys right back there, inside, protected, out of sight, from the general public, who can be next to these guys, and two people fighting becomes four people fighting in a heartbeat. You've also got this woman here who seems to be an employee of the place, and she's the one that the door guard basically said, go up on the, and he said, go up on the balcony and see if anybody's looking to employ a half dozen people. And so she sort of ran off. And then if you look inside, you could see, you could see barmaid. If you peer inside from the angles, you could see barmaids. You could see raised platforms. There's a bar in the back that you can sort of see. You can't get a good look at everything, but there's these raised platforms where the stuff is, and you can see a bar here. There's another platform over here and that kind of stuff. And it does seem to be fairly well populated.
So if I were to disguise myself
as a,
I don't know, maybe a bouncer, a door person.
Like, disguise yourself to look like one of these guys?
Yeah.
You'd have to be someone specific. Does your spell allow you to do that? A lot of the lower level disguise spells don't allow you to look like someone specific.
Well, I don't know. Are they wearing uniforms? They've got blue dots.
They got blue dots, so you can see that they, generally speaking, have a look about them that says "we work here." But in that case, they're not wearing uniforms or anything like that. No livery of any sort.
Okay.
So, Titus, since you're peering in, I'm gonna put you here next to Ono, and I want you to roll a perception check. Ono, give me 1 too.
Sure. Perception check.
Help refresh my memory. Who was it that gave me Joss's name being here as far as I could come work for him? Was that someone I met in the bar of the hotel we were staying at?
Yeah, you did actually kind of name drop him around, and somebody approached you and said, "Yeah, you could come around here." I don't remember what that guy's name was, but he did say if you're looking for work and you're okay to deal with something heavy, he's the guy in town to talk to. So, Titus, you don't see it, but Ono, as you're sort of peering in, and you can see as you look into the bar, all the way up near the top of the bar, you can see sitting on a couch, and you can just barely see her.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Pixis. This is the woman This is the woman from the room that tried to kidnap Alan. She looks like she's sitting in between a couple of guys, and she doesn't look like she's talking to them. Looks like she's just sitting there.
Okay, I shall communicate this intelligence to my fellow party members. And am I on this message thing?
Yep.
Yeah, all of
Yes.
us are.
I will beam that to my friends. Now, Les, I'm sorry. Remind me. I miss so much of these stories since I always show up late. Remind me who this lady is.
So
She's the
she
one that
was
beat the crap out of our traveling mate, the
That's right.
ambassador.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
And then yeah, me and Wraith and you and whoever beat the crap out of her. And
so you guys, well, yeah, not too bad. I mean, a little bit.
I stabbed the crap out of her, but you beat the crap out of her.
Yeah, you knocked her around a little bit. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Do I recognize either of the gentlemen on either side of her?
You do not.
Okay. I see. Okay. I'm gonna.
But it doesn't,
gonna
at least from this distance, it doesn't look like they're friends.
Oh, okay. Huh. I see.
She looks unhappy.
Remind me of her name.
Pixis.
Pixis.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like Pixis. I actually, if I could do a brief little thing, Oda would like to walk over here to this chap here, and he's going to bow
Okay.
with great courtesy, and he's going to say, "Greetings, fellow. I am Ono of the Monastery of Untwisting Iron. I can see from your bearing that you too are a practicing monk dedicated to the martial arts. May I ask where you hail from?"
The guy looks at you kind of, and he's a little shocked that you're even sort of approaching him, and he's like, well, how do you know that that I am a monk as well?
Oh,
What was it that tells you so?
I know when a trained fighter is nearby. I recognize a fighter who knows how to handle himself in situations without necessary recourse to any other weapon besides his hands and feet.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay. Ono's trying his best. Diplomacy is not his forte. I rolled about 15.
15's pretty good. All right. So the guy seems a bit put off. And he takes a step backwards from you and he says, "Look, where I come from, it's considered to be impolite to ask after one's home monastery, but I can see that you are not from here. So I will tell you that I hail from the Monastery of Two Winds."
Whew. Oh, that is a famous, honorable monastery. I am honored to make your acquaintance, sir. Would you happen to know? In fact, I admit I kind of thought I recognized your face. Do you happen? We might have a friend in common. Her name is Ixis. No, Pixis. Have you seen her?
Now give me a bluff check.
One bluff check. Again, not my forte. Being lawful good and all. I'm kind of just doing this. Really, where's my bluff?
You don't have one, I'm sure.
You don't have one.
I actually don't.
He's a 19-year-old lawful good teenager. He doesn't bluff people.
I have swim.
Can I bluff for him?
You could maybe assist.
You know what? I actually don't see a bluff roll. I have handle animal.
So raw d20.
I don't know that a fellow monk would be considered an animal any more than a hobbit from the Fire Forest would be.
Well, bluff is charisma based, so it's going to be a
Really?
D20 plus your charisma bonus.
Okay, my charisma was my dump
Yeah.
ability.
Which should serve you in good stead here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, so I'm not
We don't
exactly
have to walk around to talk to people.
but Ono is a congenial teenager. He's not sullen. He's open and kind of cheerful.
And-
He's very social. He's just not very good at it.
But and also he's kind of he's 19. He's still kind of working on his social skills. But he thought he would just bounce over and say hello. Hello.
As you do when you run into a bunch of thugs guarding a gang hideout. Hi guys, what are you guys up to?
Les, what should I roll?
D20 plus your charisma bonus. So what is?
D20.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll assist.
Okay.
Thank you. My charisma bonus is 0, barely.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna
Better than I expected.
All right, let Titus, if you're gonna assist, go ahead and roll your own bluff check. You got to beat a 10.
Okay.
All right,
Nice.
natural 20. All right, because of that, you would normally get +2 on your bonus. In this case, you will get +5.
I get +5.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to advanced
plus 5.
roller, roll D20 +5.
Mm-hmm.
Here it comes, and I roll a.
All right, that's awesome. All right, so the guy immediately, so Titus kind of steps in and is like, oh yeah, Pixis, blah, blah, blah. And he's trying to help. He's like, yeah, our friend, blah, blah, that kind of stuff. He's going with the flow. And then Ono just kind of like crushes it. Yeah, our friend, what was her name again? Pixis. Yeah, that's her. That kind of thing. The guy immediately tweaks to the idea that you guys don't know her, but he kind of smirks and he says, look, he sort of talks past Ono and says to Titus, he says, look, I don't know what your friend's about here, but the reality is if you're friends with Pixis, this is the last place you want to be. Okay? It's a little friendly advice.
I see.
One of the guys from the door says, hey, shut up with the friendly advice. It's none of their business and it's none of yours.
This is great. This is like a total gangster. This is great. All right. So okay. Ono is gonna bow humbly and apologize. And I'm gonna step back. Humbled teenager.
Okay. So before you guys step back, the guy looks at you and says, did you ever tell him your name? You say my name's Ono? Yeah, you did. I'm
Yes,
sure
I
you
did.
And he says, my name's, he goes, did you say what monastery you were from?
Yes, I said I am Ono of the Monastery of Untwisting Iron, and you said that you were from the Monastery of the Two Winds, which
The
is
Two
in-
Winds. And he says, my name's Galkrog. Perhaps we will meet again someday, and you will have an opportunity to test your mettle against the Two Winds style.
Ono gives him a big grin, a big enthusiastic grin, and says, "Honored, sir." All right, cool. This is great. This is great.
Anyway, the guy at the door is like, look, I don't know what you guys are talking about. We don't know any Pixis or whatever you guys are talking about. You guys need to move along. No loitering.
Right. Ono's gonna humbly walk away.
All right. About that time, the girl comes back and basically says, nobody's hiring up on the balcony. And he says, see there? Apparently nobody's hiring. So if you would, please take it down the road. You're interfering.
Does anyone want to get invisible and go snoop around?
That sounds so dirty when you say it.
It really does. It really does.
All right.
Only because it is.
Well,
All right.
I start the TBK out here. I was kind of hoping to start it in there.
Well, that's not. I think that's the way. Hold on, hang on a minute. I don't want to. I don't want to murder an entire village here. You know.
You don't want to commit a TBK.
Right. I mean, that's just. Ugh, you know. Okay. Is there some way to we could stealth or climb or
Invisibility.
Okay.
invisibility?
Les,
Okay.
Arendar's going to say, why don't you try again to find someone who's hiring?
All right. So in this case, I do a I can't remember. I have to look up intimidate again.
You can do an opposed sense motive.
Okay.
Wow.
Or you can do a generic if this beats like their hit dice plus 10 plus their wisdom modifier or something like that.
Okay.
I don't think either one of those is going to go favorably for them.
All right, hold on. Let me do something here. Okay. So he does look a little taken aback. But you get the impression that fear on the part of these guys, which he seems to be feeling now, often translates into anger. The other guy is sort of like watching his friend and like, what's going on here? And so the other guy comes out and says, maybe we could let you in. Obviously, you have the right credentials. So maybe if it was worth our while, we would see clear into letting you in the rows.
I grab 10 gold.
Okay. You drop 10 gold on them.
Mhm.
They're flummoxed. They're like, I could see that one guy's like, I could see whoever your previous employer was. He was a man of note. Yeah, I guess we could find you a table. Stay here for a second. And he goes in. And let me see. Yeah, we'll put you at that table. All right. So he's like, yeah, we got a free table. We could put you at. Follow me. And so he goes into the thing. The guy steps aside. He's not super happy, but the half orc sort of waves you in. Huh?
I tell the party they're waiting. I was like, come on, guys, drinks are back on the menu.
All right, so he follows along. She goes over here and is kind of like hovering around. These two guys that so this guy looks a little bristly when you guys start coming in, but this guy's like, no, it's all right, don't worry about it. I got these guys. And he leads you up onto this platform nearby and goes over to this table. Can you see that there?
Yep.
And says, why don't you guys sit here and I'll send a barmaid over.
Thanks, sir.
All right, everybody getting in there?
Mm-hmm.
Lorelei's look like she's going on walkabout. What's the deal with that? And so this guy's like, you over there at the table, and then goes back to his post. All right, so this is the table that they have said. This is not a bar. This is an area with cushions and stuff.
Chuck, where are you?
I'm sorry.
Question, Chuck, where is he?
Titus decided to sit in my lap.
He ordered a lap dance, sir.
Where did he go?
That's gonna get a little awkward.
Whose lap
So-
did you decide to sit in?
No, Titus decided to sit in my lap. If he gets the hell off of me, you can see me.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay.
I was like, wow.
Vandrum flips a couple gold coins at Arendar
Mm-hmm.
and tells him that was well played.
Thank you.
All right. So this
So
lady
put
was
three
talking.
back in your coffer.
So this lady, this barmaid was talking to them with the purple circles, our barmaid. So after she's talking with these guys, she's like, all right, gentlemen, what can I get you? Ordering drinks tonight? Any food? Anything like that?
I'll grab a drink.
Yep. Ale for
All right.
me.
Yes.
Odo actually does drink wine, so he will ask for some wine.
All right, that's good to know. She takes your drink orders and heads down the stairs over to the bar. You can hear her sort of getting the drinks and that kind of stuff. You look around and you can see that it's a pretty well-populated bar. Again, the tables seem to be on these elevated platforms. This is the lowest area, which kind of steps up into this area. There's a bar over here, another platform, with a bunch of people. You see various kinds of bartenders and waitresses kind of meandering around. And then there's up on this platform up here, which is even higher, you can see a couple of people sitting over here in like a little couch area, and then there's a patch of people over here. You can see that Pixis, if you look around, you can see her much clearly here. And
Okay, if she made eye contact at all whenever we're walking in, Arendar's going to blow her a kiss.
she did not. She did not. As far as you could tell, it doesn't look like that she looked at you guys at all. She's between two people, and as you everybody give me a quick perception check.
Perception. Great.
You were so busy ordering that glass of wine, you didn't see anything. Poe's actually fighting people. He's starting the TBK early. All right, Titus got a 24. Arendar got a 25. Vondram and Poe got 19s each, so that's pretty good. So
24 too.
Who did?
Wraith got a 24 too.
Oh, I didn't see.
Wraith,
Oh, yeah,
Wraith,
he did.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, he was
yeah,
above
yeah,
yours.
girl.
Yeah, so he came first. I missed that one. All right. So yeah, those of you got 19 can see Pixis is up there sitting on the couch, and every once in a while she sort of looks over to the right, where there's a group of people talking. She sort of looks over in this direction. It's hard to see because the barrels are in the way, but she keeps sort of darting her eyes over here. Those of you who got a 24 will actually see her sort of like, at one point she says something to this guy next to her, who you could see grabs her hand, grabs one of her fingers, and you can see her eyes widen, and he just holds her hand, her wrist in one hand and one of her fingers in the other, and he says something that you can't hear, but whatever it is, she doesn't like it because she angrily yanks her hand away, and he just smiles, and the other guy laughs too, as she does that. She's just sitting there kind of sulking now at this point.
Is she being harassed, bullied?
Well, she said, you can't tell. You can't hear from here. It's pretty loud in this room, and they're up above you, kind of. And they weren't screaming. Whatever was said, they weren't screaming. She said something, which apparently the guy didn't like. But he reached over and grabbed her wrist, grabbed one of her, like her index finger, and your guess is that he was threatening to break it. And he said a few words to her, and she ripped her hand away, and he just sort of laughed, as did this guy next to her. But they're both sitting on the couch. Well, he's sitting on the couch with her, and then this guy's sort of like leaning against the, the arm part, of the couch. He's not sitting on the couch.
Right.
There's also another guy here. Let's just give him a quick roll here. All right, so you see, as you guys watch this, you guys are all sort of staring. Your eyes kind of like go slightly to the right, and you see this guy looking right at you. And this is what he looks at. He's just staring right at you guys, like, can we help you, kind of thing.
Which guy is it?
This guy right here.
Yeah, I see him.
He's sort of looking in between the barrels at you guys. He's sort of standing on the railing, and you can see him he leans over and talks to somebody that it looks like you can only barely see, who's right here next to him. You can only get a glimpse of them, but this is what they look like.
I'm still not picking up where you're doing this, Les. I'm sorry. I must have my screen zoomed in the wrong place.
It's right here. Let me tell you what.
I pulled out now so I can. Oh, so it's these
Jeez,
guys
he
up here.
moved. Yeah, it's this guy here is the one who's looking at you guys.
And is this the gal who was getting her fingers whacked?
Yeah, I mean, you recognize her. It's definitely.
That's the girl that tried.
That's the girl that tried to kidnap. Go ahead.
Tried to kidnap or kill Fallon, and then tried to do the same thing with Ono, Wraith, and I. But we didn't let her.
Well, even though this lady has not been a friend to us, Ono can't stand this woman harassed in that way.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Arendar will
just,
tell, oh no, you need to like close your eyes for a little bit here
You guys gonna send him to his room again?
because there's going to be all kinds of not niceties going on in this place. But we're here to find someone and get some information. So
Well, these guys sort of at this table are sort of looking at you guys like, who let these chumps in? And you know, from here and there, from different tables, you get kind of weird looks, but nobody's. I mean, you're obviously armed. You managed to get in here, so a lot of it is like you get the impression that these people are like, well, I've never seen these guys before, but they've obviously have some sort of quality money that allowed them to get in here and be here. So yeah, it's a little bit it's a strange place, but nobody is accosting you in any way.
not yet.
Drinks come over, and the quality of the drinks is quite good, actually. So as Ono tastes the wine, he's like, "Oh, an excellent monasterical vintage."
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, you don't see much happening. I mean, sort of business is sort of proceeding apace. People come in, people go out. You don't see much activity. Go ahead.
I was going to say we need to find Jaas fairly quickly, but obviously everyone's watching us because we kind of stick out here. So
A little, yeah.
does anyone have any
See that
magic
big half
means
fork?
of-
Mike, look
that?
at far north, there's a big half fork there. It's probably, wasn't Josh a half fork?
where?
All the way north.
I mean, this guy right here.
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah, wasn't Jaas a half fork?
He was. The description that you got was that he was actually favored his human. He favored quite a bit. He was green skinned,
really?
of course, but favored his human parentage.
Yeah.
There are several half orcs in the building, including this person over there, a female that's sitting over there on one of the platforms. I think one of the staff is a half orc too. One of the door guards was a half orc.
all good.
But we don't see any male half orcs that favor their human side.
Not from where you're sitting, no.
That look that like they're in a position of power. Because he would
No,
not.
but there are portions of the building of the room that you can't see.
Right, we can't see up top. So is there like a railing here or is this a wall?
That's a wall.
So I can see stairs that go up and it looks like there's a railing that goes up over this way.
Yeah, you can't see up past those.
So, okay, because it looked like there was a railing right there that we could see up.
Yeah, there technically is, but it's too high for you to see over.
Okay, so it is open up there.
Looks like.
So if someone walked over to the edge, they could see the entire bar.
Yeah, probably. Are you talking like right here?
Yeah, if they were on that edge.
Yeah, you could look
we
down
we
pretty
can
much
see
on the
them and
entire
they can
bar.
see the entire bar.
Yep.
But there's no one, we can't see anybody up there though from our vantage point.
So this guy who was watching you guys, he watches you for a couple of minutes, and he's making no bones about it. He's watching you. And at one point, he goes and sort of disappears into this area over here, this sort of area that's still shrouded in blackness due to the stack of barrels over here, and then comes back out and says a few words to the man next to him, and then goes over here and has a talk with these guys. At one point, you can see him. You've got a pretty good line of sight on this guy, and you can see him make a sort of surreptitious gesture behind him, at which point this knucklehead actually leans out and looks over at you guys. So he was trying to. So this guy, the guy in the black beard, is trying to be sort of surreptitious, whereas this Nimrod, who does not seem to be a ball of fire in the brains department, kind of like does one of these. You know, like, when somebody says don't look and you immediately look, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He gets done talking and then he comes back over here, and now he's back in his regular place, but he doesn't seem to be staring at you guys right now. Now these guys are all talking amongst themselves.
Okay. Do we have any magical means to get up there?
Well, there's steps.
So somebody has a ring that has dimension door on it that we took off the chick.
I can turn invisible and fly.
How many people can you take with on that dimension door?
I don't have the ring that I know of.
We identified it though.
Yeah, somebody has it.
Yeah, one of us has it. Les, whenever we identified that, how many people could you take?
On a dimension door, it was just like the spell. So
Right.
this
So it goes up per level.
it goes up per level, right? So hold on. Let me check something here.
But like Lorelai's very obvious, right? Jordan?
Well, yeah, she's sort of well, not
About a foot tall, yeah.
Does she have an amazing stealth? Could she stealth up there, or do we have
Yeah,
some
she's
kind
got
of
a
magical means of scrying up there?
she's got a good stealth, but I don't know how effective that's going to be in this setting with how
Right,
everybody.
she'd stick out.
Yeah. I mean, if you made her invisible, she could easily check things out. But I mean, I would just say we need to just go up there and talk to whoever's.
I'm pretty
And
sure once we start walking that direction, we're gonna get a lot of people getting in our way really fast.
so
So maybe we just send one person.
Or two.
so it's a 10th level. The Ring of Dimension Door is a 10th level object.
Okay,
The rules of Dimension Source, the rules of Dimension Door say that you can take one additional willing medium or smaller creature or its equivalent per 3 caster levels. So in this case, it would be 3 additional people.
so you take 3 people with you.
So 4 total, the ring bearer and whoever wants to come with them.
So, and how many? There's 6 of us. 1, 2.
Mm-hmm. And Lorelai.
She can zip around really fast. So if 2 of us did go up there and then get in a bind, as long as one of the 4 has that ring, they could instantly get to wherever the 2 that go up there are.
True.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm fine from a distance. I'm not going to be of any service. I'm just as good at a distance.
Okay, so I'm gonna be one of them.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? So Arendar's going up there. I think probably Ono's done a pretty good job of ingratiating himself with the locals.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably now that he's had a glass of wine to chill out.
Yeah.
He's not there. So I don't know
Um,
who's gonna go with you.
Vondram will keep Ono out of trouble.
I'm gonna say he would.
I'm gonna
Everett
try.
would want either Wraith or Titus with him. And he'd probably be more comfortable with Wraith there just because there's a decent chance a fight's gonna break out.
Well, Wraith is a ranged weapon master though, meaning he can deliver the heat from a distance.
Yeah, but
It's unlike it because I
you
gave
can't
his
see
brother a
up there.
lap dance.
I mean, if he's down here, he can't see up there where we're gonna be.
True, good point.
And these 2 are used to fighting together, so. Little brother up front, big brother, death from behind.
I don't know. Sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Poe if she'll use a charge of the wand that I gave her on
Poe's
me
in.
just before I go.
You mean Bondi or
Did I give it to Poe or Vondi? Which one of you's a magic user?
I am,
Bondi.
but I don't remember which wand was it.
The wand of gravity bow?
I don't use a bow. Maybe I wasn't given that. I'm looking, but I'm not seeing
No,
it.
you were given it
You can use
to
the
be able to
wand.
hit him. Yeah, you can use the wand.
Right.
I bought
Okay.
I bought the wand for you to use on me.
I must have wrote it down.
No, if it's not wrote down, you can't use it. Sorry.
I've got it written down.
Okay. So you're handing it to her and say, hit me with this. Hit
She's
me with this.
she's
I
already
have-
got it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I hit him with it. How many charges
So
were
how
on
long
it?
does that last? Because there probably will be some talking before there's fighting.
Why the fuck before?
Because there's a whole big bar here and I would rather start this fight
You
without.
know, you know what? Wake me up when you want me to kill something. All of this.
Gravity bow lasts 1 minute per level.
Say
So
it
a
lasts
wand would,
quite a bit of long.
yeah, wand would
1
be
minute per
probably.
level, and the wand has 50 charges.
There you go.
How many did you say? I'm sorry, how many?
50?
50. Okay. Well, I think
Brand new wand.
Hmm.
I've got a wand of fireballs too. You know, if things get out of hand.
You're going to become Napalm Grady, Napalm Vondrum.
Uh,
So Napalm Grady. Kevin Leveling plays cleric named Grady in the Strange Aeons thing, and during a boat attack, he just let loose with a couple of fireballs onto a boat and earned himself the sobriquet Napalm Grady.
nice.
Are there windows or stuff that we could
Jump
Yeah.
out of?
quickly on? Yeah.
So you're sitting right next to a set of windows right here.
How about
So
up towards the stairs that are leading upstairs?
there's a window here before you hit the stairs, and then a couple of sets of windows over on this platform. But nothing. I mean, there's at furthest distance you can see there's a tiny sort of portal-sized window at the top of these stairs. But other than that, you don't see anything. All right, what's the plan, gents? Speaking of plans, here's Doug. Hey, Doug.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Say there's no plan.
There's no plan.
Gordon,
Perfect.
sorry we missed your event, your bonfire. We would have we were busy painting and all that kind of garbage. We had a whole bunch of lists of
That's
stuff. we had
awesome.
to
No, we'll do another one down the road. Don't worry about it.
No, I mean, it was just,
Yeah.
it was nice. I appreciate
no.
it.
Yeah, we'll invite you again for sure. We had fun. Be nice to
Yeah,
have you.
I heard that you did.
It was a very good time. All right, so Arendar and Wraith are
Mike, I
going to.
still need my money for my cookies, for your cookies.
Don's got it.
Okay.
That's what I was joking about when you asked about it last time. I thought you were joking because Don had it. Isn't Don the one that gave you the cookies?
No, he hasn't paid. He hasn't given me the money for your cookies.
But he's the one that gave me the cookies, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, he's got it. Yeah, I know whoever gave me the cookies, I gave him the money. So, but you got to keep going. I want my $2.
All right, Arendar, what's the plan?
So the rough plan is, we get up there, we've got message going. So when we want you guys to join, we'll let you know.
And Titus has the Ring of Dimension Door, correct?
The what?
It's probably either going to be him or Vondrum, one of the two.
I
Okay.
have a hold portal wand, but I do not
So,
have a.
So Chuck, my plan is to go up there. I'm going to try and get up there with intimidation to diplomacy. I don't want to fight until we're at least up there. If that's a big open area, I was kind of hoping we could get Jaas behind a closed door somewhere or in a room.
Yeah.
So,
That sounds kind of naughty.
yeah, it's yeah, something. So if it's an open area, like I said, just assassinate him doesn't do us any good. We need to look around his books or any, talk to someone else or talk to him. But if we get up there and there's like a balcony and then a door going into somewhere, then I'm all for pushing our way past them, even forcefully getting in there and closing the door.
You don't see any obvious private rooms. I mean, you can't see up on the up above because of the wall, and there are stairs going up there. So maybe there is a room up there.
Does it
But
look like this is the back wall to the entire place? Like it goes straight across and that's it?
you can't tell. There is a wall there. This is like a platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Considering the sheer volume of darkness back there, I don't know that would be the case. There
Like I
seems
said,
to be a lot of darkness back here.
yeah. So yeah, I want to go up there and get behind the door and then call the rest of the team to us. But like I said, I don't want to get into a fight on the way there or in the open going up here. I'd rather if I can use diplomacy or intimidate to get my way up there. And then we pretty much kill people, and except for Jaas, because I need to talk to him. Make sense?
Okay.
No, I was talking to Chuck.
Yeah, that's all good.
So, guys, be ready with that ring. And when you get the message to join us, we'll kind of give you, so we can all see that the top of the stairs is right here, right?
From where yeah, you can see the landing. So the landing is right here. That's in plain visible, and you
Okay,
can
so
definitely see that there's a higher place at the top of these walls. You can't see past it though.
Okay, so in the message, this platform up here that you can't see because it's getting too high, but it's right at the top of the stairs, we're going to give you a reference from that point. So if we say just come to us and don't tell you where, go to right here. Teleport to right here. If we say come 10 feet in, then go 10 feet and go more over this way, or 30 feet in, over this way.
Got it.
Okay. Or if we say 10 feet in and 10 feet back, then you're, back over this way. So, but whenever we say come to us, this is going to be your point of references right here, right at the top of the stairs. All right.
I'm very curious to see how this goes.
Oh, there are so many holes in this plan.
No, it's a decent plan. I like it.
And in the end, it ends up with us in a brawl, but that's okay. That's what we came for.
It's kind of what we do. I
have just a brief tactical question. If we start some stuff in this bar, are we going to end up fighting the entire bar?
I hope not. I'm hoping to get to Jaas and get him behind a closed door somewhere.
Right. Because
so we can question him, or I'm gonna have to put air quotes with question, but anyway. I'm not looking to fight the whole bar.
Okay, because I mean,
most of these guys, if there's a fight that breaks out, are probably gonna exit very rapidly.
Right.
But everyone who works here, and especially all the martial ones who work here, are gonna come towards us.
And what do the purple or magenta dots mean?
Purple dots are indicative of bar staff. These are the people that are wandering around bringing drinks and food to others. The blue dots seem to indicate staff of an unknown
like a security nature.
More security.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Cool.
And we know, like the three at the base of the stairs, we know those are ruffians that what's his name over here told to watch us. So
well, you could definitely see that they're so they're not the brightest bulbs in the shed, right? No. So the one guy continues to look over on a regular basis, just sort of like, he's doing this kind of thing, right? The other two seem to be a bit more subtle about it, but they're definitely sort of, I mean, you could see that they're keeping an eye on you guys. Yeah. You're not sure what that guy told them, but they're definitely keeping an eye on you guys.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get a closer look at this upstairs before we jump right in there. Look, I'm sorry. I'm a teenager. I kind of gotta go. Can I get up and kind of look for the restroom or the lavatory? I gotta go. Uh, Ono is gonna awkwardly walk toward the back of the place, looking for the restroom.
All right. So as you get up and begin wandering around,
Yeah.
this barmaid sort of intercepts you and says, "If you're looking for the restaurant, it's behind this door over here,
Oh,
under the stairs."
I see. I see. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So wow, she saw what I was doing.
Yeah.
Darn,
Well,
I'm, I'm nowhere near as subtle as I think I am. Uh,
Well, it
okay.
doesn't. I mean, most waitresses are pretty clued into the tinkle dance.
Darn it. All right. Well, thank you. Sure. And
So you go to the bathroom and come back?
I guess I'll go to the bathroom and I'll come back.
Okay.
I mean, even while you're on an adventure, never miss an opportunity to use the restroom,
Okay.
Hold on, I'm writing that down. As a safety tip for future adventurers, never miss an opportunity to use the restroom. God. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. So give me a perception check when you get over there.
Sure. Yeah. I will do that. And let me find my perception. Here we go. Perception. I got a 16.
16, that's pretty good. All right. I think, can you from that angle see up better up onto that platform?
Let me see. I cannot see upstairs at all. I can see over here.
I don't mean up here. I mean over here.
I can't.
Yeah.
don't.
I can see over there.
I don't see it actually. I see right above P P P Pixis's head. I see just dark.
Okay.
No, he's talking about like right here.
Over to the right of
I did-
Pixis.
You couldn't see all this before you moved.
I do see that now. Yes, yes. I do. I see. So I see some more goons. They look like goons. I prefer to not fight them.
Well, there looks to be
Um,
some sort of sectional couch up over in there in that corner,
Yeah,
and it's in a really good spot because it's blocked by the piles of the racks of barrels and ale casks that are sort of stacked up over next to this railer. There looks to be some sort of sectional couch. You can see a table that has drinks and stuff on it, and you can hear laughter up there.
Laughter. Okay. Okay. These guys don't look very
Human orcish?
polite. They look like
That
yeah,
guy's
they look
sitting
like
on there. That's what he looks like. He's sitting on the couch, and then the guy next to him, I don't know, he's not too pretty. He looks like that.
yeah. So
That's pretty weird.
So let's think twice before we engage in any kind of tactical situation because this is a room full
for all you know.
So all right, so I'll go to the restroom. I will return a little awkward and shy. Sorry, excuse me. Hello, yes.
Pardon me. Excuse me. Come out. So he comes out of the restroom just wearing a towel. It's like, terribly sorry.
All right.
Do
Okay,
not go in there. All right. So you go back to the table where the guys are?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that I tried,
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Wraith, you ready?
Yeah, whenever you are.
Not ready. All right.
We'll be able to see where you're going to be. We can watch too, right? You're not going to be hidden.
You'll be able to see us until probably we get up to somewhere up in here. Of course, I'm going to be looking over in this direction now when I head up there to see who's over there.
But you're heading here, right?
I'm heading up in the, no. I'm heading up here,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just because I
I
don't
sent you a question
see,
in the chat on the Zoom.
Okay.
Can you
I
ping
don't
that
see-
again, Mike? I don't know why I'm not seeing these circles there. Oh, all the way up in there.
yeah. I don't see Jaas yet, and we need to find him quickly. And so I'm assuming he's up there. Since we don't see him in any of the uncovered map.
Got it.
I'm gonna be very embarrassed when I found out he's been in the John the whole time.
Yeah, he went in there. He's like, I don't know what happened. It's the whole place is soiled. Some guy came in and then left in a towel.
Blew up the commode.
Thought he was an alchemist.
Right.
All right, so you guys are headed up there?
Yep.
Sure. All right.
I'm gonna do small steps so you can adjust people as stuff happens.
Good. All right, the moment that you start making your way towards these steps across the bar, these three nitwits stand up and begin moving towards the area. Also, the bearded guy sort of stands over, and they finally get to this point here, and the bearded guy sort of stands there, and they're all four of them are watching you as you and Wraith approach.
Okay. Arendar's gonna smile real big and wow, all this for me?
They know you have Girl Scout cookies.
So the guys, these guys have their hands on the pommels of their weapons. They're festooned with weapons. The guy with the beard says, I think you've made a mistake. You're in the wrong place. So you need to go back down to your table.
Jaas is not down here, so that's why I'm coming this direction.
Guy looks at you very carefully. He kind of scrutinizes. He's like, there's no one here named Jaas. I think you've made a mistake. Probably need to go back down to your table.
You're the one that's mistaken. I know he's here. And he needs to talk to me. Do I need I'm gonna do intimidate, but this isn't a angry whatever. This is more of a calculated. It's in your best interest to have him talk to me kind of intimidate, not a yelling at him trying to, make him cower kind of thing.
All right. As you get close to those stairs, you look up, and at this point you see Pixis. Her eyes are just like as you're walking up the stairs, and then Wraith behind you, she's like, "Oh, you could literally see her go." You're not sure whether Wraith is standing behind her. This guy's like, "You've made a big mistake." At which point, Pixis. So you kind of look over and you see her, and she's like, "Oh shit!"
I smile at her, say, "Hi."
And then you see her. So this guy on the couch is also sort of looking at you guys, right? So his attention is distracted, which Pixis uses to her advantage, because what she does is she very quickly sticks out her thumb and goes wham and hits that guy right in the eyeball. At which point he starts screaming, stands up, and staggers over by this thing. The guy leaps off this other guy leaps off of the arm of the couch and reaches over to grab her, and then a slap fight breaks out between those two as she is edging. Pixis is edging across the couch trying to escape, while this guy is like, at which point all of these guys kind of look over and are like, what the hell, except for Beardy McBearderson, who pulls his sword.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I think we should roll for initiative.
Oh my god. Really?
There's
Oh,
just
boy.
too much happening.
Gotta fight the whole bar now.
Yes.
What you roll?
No,
you're
yes, we get
it's
the
finally TBK time.
TBK.
Yeah.
Total
I
bar.
wouldn't
kill.
use the ring, guys.
Oh my god.
Total
All right.
bar kill.
I didn't want to fight the whole bar,
Just the security guys.
Um
Apparently, I was shocked whenever she hit the guy behind her. So
a
Well,
7?
It
Oh my
seems
God.
like she's being held against her will.
I just rolled the worst roll ever. I'm very
Oh
glad you
no,
asked.
you've rolled much worse than that.
No, not the worst, but that's the
Well, that's a natty one for
natty
your
one. I
initiative.
doubled my initiative roll. That means
Well,
I
but-
don't even go, I guess.
The towel is probably hanging you up. I mean, you can't move very quickly in a towel
Probably so.
after the
Probably so.
incident. All right, let's do this guy. All right, hold on. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Wow.
All right, and then I'm gonna do a couple of. I'm gonna do with this guy. Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry, I've got a lot of constituencies here that I'm dealing with. Did any of you guys not get on the board?
I'm on there.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Okay. And we're going to sort because that's how we like it. All right. Okay. So, oh, you know what? I need to put him on there too. Hold on one second. I'm doing them in groups. Okay. That's good. So there'll be groups of people. All right, cool. All right, this guy who is eyeballing you is not. I mean, he's focused. So, Arendar, one of the things that you notice about him is that he's very focused, and he comes at you quite swiftly. The sword wickers out of, and it's a rapier. It's not a full on sword. The rapier wickers out very quickly, and he steps. He does a quick 5-foot step over to here, and takes takes down to the first step down and takes a quick slash at you. So hold on just a second. I had this guy all set up. Now he's not here. One, two. Okay. There he is. All right, so he comes. Ooh, damn, he's pretty good at this whole rapier thing. All right, 20. Ooh, natty 19. Does that a critical threat for a rapier? I think it might be.
It is.
It is. So I need to go. Well, we might have to get the chart out here in a second. So let's roll to confirm that crit. Does not confirm the crit. So just a regular hit. Unconfirmed crit. So the rapier slashes across your face because he hates your face.
Brutal.
And he does. What was it? Oh, okay. I see why. Okay. So I was a little bit flummoxed by that. So he does 2 points of damage as the tip of the rapier catches your cheek line and whoosh, comes back. And he steps back for it, and he gives you a little smile through his black beard. Lorelei is up, and I'm very curious as to see what she's gonna do.
I think she's gonna try to do fascinate.
Okay, on whom?
On basically on all the people in this lower area. So she's gonna, I guess, fly to maybe here.
Like in the bar area?
Yeah.
Okay, which
She's
way is she facing?
The blue guy's at the bottom, like by the door.
She's gonna go up and just try to basically get everybody in this whole big area fascinated with her, rather than focusing on what's going on up there.
So the Uhura defense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So is it a spell or is it a bardic ability?
It's a bardic effect, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Basically, it's a will save. And it's gonna be 13 save.
All right. Distraction. Each creature within range receives a will save for every 3 levels. Okay. So do you know what the DC on that is going to be?
13.
13. All right. So let's go. All right. So I'm assuming she's facing south.
She'll be probably facing both directions. She's going to be dancing and singing, basically, and basically trying to entertain people.
Okay, that seems like. Okay. All right, well, that's a lot of saving throws I got to make. So hold on a sec. I'm just going to go from the bottom up. What did you say the save was? 13?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, so the fascinate button is yellow. And how long does it last? As long as she continues to do this?
No, I think it's based on level. Let's see here.
Oops, wrong button. Okay. Jeez. This guy's down here yelling, "Snap out of it, you idiots. It's just a pixie."
Looks like 6 rounds.
6 rounds. Okay.
Les, those are some of the worst rolls I've ever seen in my life.
I know. I've really started
Holy moly.
really started sucking wind here. It's a lot of fascination going on.
Those are horrible. Oh, there's some couple. Oh my God. Now he's back down in the cell.
I'm back. All right, hold on. Oh, jeez.
Judas Priest.
Gordon, that was amazing.
Well, yeah, Lorelei, you're about to be a big star.
Wow. Wow.
It's Pixie Swift.
No kidding.
Jesus.
Judas Priest.
The whole bar is fascinating. They must really be
Wow.
starved for attention in this place. It's like, since the jukebox broke, we haven't got jack shit going on in here. Pixie comes in and does do you think I'm sexy?
How often do they have a pixie dance around in front of them in the middle of the bar?
It's a good point. It's an excellent point.
Wow.
All right, well, at least a couple of those guys.
Now you're about to make a lot of money.
Christ, those whole tables are fascinated. All right, well, if she's doing her job in that most of the people are going to be largely non-combatant in this place. Do we have a range on that as well? Or is it everybody within sight?
Yeah, I think it's sight. They have to be able to see her.
Okay.
And hear her.
That's funny. It's like a virus.
It's nothing like a virus. What are you talking about?
Wow. Those are some rolls, man.
All right. Now this was designed specifically to get the people who are not involved in the fight, correct? Or are you looking at these 4 guys too?
I mean, I'm looking at everybody I can see, basically.
I would guess the people in a fight might not be paying attention to her because they're worried about.
Yeah, I think there might be something about. Let me look here again.
Is there 5 guys left? 6 guys?
So if they're fascinated, they basically just sit and watch. Any potential threat to the target allows the target to make a new saving throw. Any obvious threats. Yeah, so if you're in a fight, it's not going to have any effect.
Okay. All right. These guys are all closing with you. So, all right. So everybody with the yellow tag is, so most of the bar is now watching Lorelei sing, dance, and, I don't know, do some sort of like pixie shimmy, up there, while she belts out, something by the Rolling Stones. The other, yeah, California Dreamin'. The rest of the people who are not fascinated are like, snap out of it, but they're dealing with it best they can. All right, so Laurel, and that lasts for 6 rounds, you say?
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
So I'd say the whole party get up to where we're at while they're still fascinated, and then we'll at least fight as one group.
All right. Next up is her.
Oh no, might have to stop, and there is one fighter close by. Oh no, that's not fascinated.
So she steps backward. Actually, she's going to do 1, 2, 3. And she collects from underneath the table a loaded crossbow.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And that's going to be the end of her turn, but she points it in this general direction towards Arendar. Wraith, you're up. Oh, wait, I've got to finish the group. You're not up yet. So this guy is going to come over here and throw a mug at Arendar as he pulls a long dagger out of his belt. But he's going to throw a mug first. And a 14. That will not hit you, will it, Arendar?
No.
Okay, so it bounces off the railing and clatters to the ground.
So
This
say,
guy, however,
hey, that's alcohol abuse.
so this is the oaf of the group, and he's the one that was like looking around. So he lets out a yell and runs and leaps onto you, trying to grapple you. So he is going to roll his
CMB against my
CMB against your CMD. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so CMB is +4. Here we
Good
go.
luck. Good luck getting a 30.
21. All right, so he misses. And
Tumbles down the stairs and
so he throws himself in the air. He misses you. You sidestep just a foot or two, and he kind of like lands at Wraith's feet, and he's prone after missing you. Oh, starts beginning to step, bring himself up off the ground. Wraith, what are you doing?
The guy with the beard.
Mm-hmm. He just gave your brother a nice little scar on his cheek.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna fire shots at him.
all right, so you can fire your arrow. Boom. All right. So
several of them.
That's gonna be difficult. Hold on a second.
26 to hit on the first one.
That's a hit.
29 to hit on the second one.
That one misses, weirdly enough. No, that's also a hit.
So 17 points of damage
Okay.
on the first hit and 16 points of damage on the second hit.
Dang, he staggers backward under the assault of these two arrows, clutching at the shafts that seem to have materialized as if by magic from his torso and upper chest. He staggers backwards up the stairs, trying to get away from whatever has happened. Do you want to move or anything?
I'll take a 5-foot step.
Okay. To get a better look-see. All right, Who's this guy? Oh, it's this group. These guys jump up, draw weapons, and stand here. Wait, let me see. Who's that? Okay. She does not. Poe, you're up.
I guess I'm going to reserve until we get teleported.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think we teleported. This all happened before. Just trying to get to us, so we're close together.
Nope, they said teleport to the top of the stairs. I think you should keep to the plan. All right.
Was that not what we were doing?
It was whenever we were going to talk our way up there, but now that we're fighting right here and we're not that far from you, you guys should just make your way to us. And if you want, Arendar would have yelled, guys, get over here.
Yeah, if he's saying that, then 20, 30, 20, 30.
Now, did you want to go ahead and go, or were you waiting?
Yeah,
I had sort of put you below.
Go.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm just going to do a double move is all I can do then.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so a couple of things. And Arendar, you'd Wraith, and Polearm, you could see this at this point. So it's Pixis's turn. She extracts. So this guy is trying to grab her. He misses. She does an escape artist check and gets a natural 19 and manages to do it. She slithers across the thing and leaps up off of the couch, but not before, as she passes behind this guy, punching him with a natural 20 in the scrotum. essentially. She just like, punches him in the ball sack.
Nut punches.
He gives him a nut punch, which Ono is in the back going, excellent. I did that to a hydrometer once. The guy sags and just slumps to the ground. There's some sort of froth coming out of his mouth. And he's groaning in pain as she does a drive-by thing and begins running across here. She's also dodging out of the way because this woman has a crossbow, which was pointing towards Arendar, but is now sort of like wavering as she runs across here. And the crossbow begins to sort of track against Pixis, just because she's run across her field of vision. You hear from over here yell out, "Don't shoot her!" And but that's all you hear. As this woman sort of looks over towards the couch. But the crossbow begins tracking backwards over towards where Arendar is. All right. This guy is going to try and help his buddy. Leans down. He's like, "Are you okay? You okay?" Titus, you're up.
Did you miss Vandrum? I had a 15.1 last.
I have Poe at 15.1. Where is Vandrum? I thought you were in here. I'm sorry.
No, I did initiative.
All right. It must not have stuck. Hold on. Let's get you in there.
Did you click on your character? Remember, you got to click on your character.
Yeah, I did it. Maybe I didn't click on the character. Maybe it just came up.
All right. Well, let's pop you in there.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead and do that now, and then we'll go to Titus.
Okay. Like, just do it again. Click on my character and just.
No. I put you in at 15.01.
Oh. Okay.
Get over here.
So all these guys, even the ones that don't have health bars, are these all bad guys back here in the back?
The only
bad guy.
I mean, yeah, you're not sure. They were holding on to Pixis. Do they not have health bars?
Well, all the guys up there, except for the two that were sitting with her, have health bars.
Okay, I'll set that up.
Okay, I'm going to grease that area.
Okay.
At least I can slow him down a minute till I can get my little legs up there and everybody else can get in place.
So grease is a 10x10, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So I want to, of course, get the most for my bang for my buck.
You probably just get two of them.
Yeah.
The way they're set up.
All right. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yep. Does any of them to me look more important than the others?
Give me a perception check.
Did that go?
20. Yeah, I mean, you think out of these three that the guy in the middle seems to be more in charge. I guess it's kind of
I'll hit him and the big guy behind him.
Okay. All right. So with a grease spell, I have to make some saving throws, don't I?
Reflex.
Hey guys, good to see everybody. I'm falling asleep here. I will talk to y'all later.
All right, sounds good. Doug, we'll talk later, bud.
Yeah, thanks, Les. Bye.
All right. Reflex save. What's the save on that? The DC?
It is a 16.
16. All right, here we go. I'm going top to bottom, so and okay. So this guy goes down like a ton of bricks. Oof. As he is in the grease. This guy stays on his feet. He's kind of got going like this, looking at where did that come from? But he does seem to stay on his feet.
Okay, then I'm gonna move.
Okay.
So I'll just move my little legs. Thanks for putting me in there.
You bet. Titus, now you are up. Sorry for the delay.
That's okay. I will cast fly on myself because pretty fly. How high is the ceiling? Is it 2 or 3 stories?
It's actually quite high. It's probably 2.5 stories. I mean, these little platforms are not super high in and of themselves, but once you sort of like look over at the other side, it goes quite significantly up in the air.
All right, I'll go to about 20 feet, leave myself a little space, and then I will fly out to above, I guess, kind of around Wraith and Poe,
Okay. How high up are you going?
20 feet.
Okay.
So close
I'm
to
gonna go
close
ahead.
to the ceiling.
Close to the ceiling. All right, cool. All right. So at that height, you would be able to pretty easily, I'm just going to put this next to you so you can track your height. You would pretty easily be able to see over the rail in that other area. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. All right. Can you see there?
Yes, and with message, I convey everything that I can see, which
Okay.
right now is
There's no one
not
up
a whole lot. I don't see any living creatures. I just see another kind of sitting open area. Can anyone else see it or just me?
It looks like there's some doors. There might be some actual rooms up there.
Okay, so I pass that along as well.
Yeah, these areas here, like that right there looks like doors. There's another door that you can see quite easily right
Okay, I
there.
guess from that top-down perspective.
Yeah, it's a little angly
Okay.
to help out with the thing. All right, so you cast fly and are flying. So and messaging. All right. Oh no, you're up.
Okay.
Don't look at Lorelei. Don't look at Lorelei. Don't. Oh.
I will not. I don't see any people who need to be punched.
right here.
Well, everybody is kind of shocked. Most of the people where you are sort of either staring at Lorelei, who's like spinning and dancing and lip syncing, or they're looking at the other people like, "What's wrong with you?" kind of thing. Snap out of it. Some customers, but that guy right there is definitely staff,
I see.
He's staff, he was security, and he's not stunned.
and he's not stunned. The other ones you can't tell. They look mostly like customers. So blue is security, and purple is wait staff.
Okay, I mean, would Odo be able to tell that this chap over here is security? And
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna assume most of the bar is riveted on what's happening near Arendar. So,
Well, the ones that aren't are looking at Lorelei.
There's a lot of them are looking at Lorelei.
There's a lot of them are looking at Lorelei.
okay,
There's everybody else is sort of paying attention to what's going on over there and seeing everybody rush through there. Now there's a guy flying around the bar, which is pretty rare.
gotcha. Okay, cool. So, what have we here? Does where? I'm sorry, I'm actually pointing at the screen like you can see me. Where
Okay.
that guy there, over there.
That guy there?
Yeah, yeah. Where is that guy looking? Is he looking at me?
No, he's looking at Arendar in that general area.
All right, great. Can I move? I'm not gonna look at him. I'm,
Okay. I thought you were going to attack him. Is that not what you're going to do?
well, hold on. I'm about to go up and hit him, but
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I don't want him to know that. So I'm gonna move as though I'm panicked. I'm not gonna look at him.
It's sort of like bam, bam, bam kind of thing.
What's going on? I'm just 19 and stunning fist on that guy.
All right, so you're gonna try and nail that guy with the stunning fist. All right,
Yes,
cool.
Yes, I am. There we go. Stunning fist. Here we go. And I'm gonna declare stunning fist. Here comes flurry of blows. And I roll interesting.
I can't read that. What does it say? All right, attack number 1 is an 11.
Yes.
Attack number 2 is a 27 with a 15 to confirm the crit. That is a confirmed crit.
Okay.
And then attack number 3 is an 8. That's a miss. So you got 1 hit, but it's a confirmed crit. You're doing stunning fist. Does that only accrue to the first one, or is it for any punch in the round?
That's a good question.
I think it's any punch, but I have to check.
Let me check here. Hold on.
You must declare using the feat. Stunning fist forces a foe damaged by yours to make a fort save. Normal damage. Defender who fails is stunned for 1 round. He drops things and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it doesn't say. So yeah, so I would think it's part of the flurry.
Okay.
And which you hit. So all right, so a couple of things are gonna happen. You've got a confirmed crit
Okay.
with a 10 bludge damage. Do you want the chart?
I'll take that chart, please.
All right, sir. I love the way you do it. All right, so this would be technically a natural attack.
Okay.
It'd actually be kind of no, that wouldn't work. Hold on. Nope. Ooh, perfect strike. Max plus double bonus.
Okay.
So in this case, you've already rolled the macro already rolled the bonus damage, which is 10. So you rolled 10, which is what's your max?
45. Oh, no, I mean, I'm sorry.
45.
Let me see. Max damage.
I think it's 10. Because
10.
you rolled an 8, yeah. So
Yes.
10 plus double bonus. So you just did 30 points of damage to this guy with a punch to the face.
Yes.
Oh.
And is he stunned?
Well, I have to make a fortitude save. So let's see. His fort is +2. Yes, he is stunned. He staggers backward. I don't think he falls down. He's just sort of standing there. You know, kind of going.
That's what he's holding.
Yeah, he had a mug in his hand, which drops to the floor. And he's just sort of stunned, standing there, kind of like,
Now,
because you just nearly knocked him out with a punch.
right. Do I get a second attack?
No, that was all 3 of your attacks.
That was all 3, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay, then I guess I would be done.
Okay. Arendar.
Okay. So he says a few things. He's gonna
Okay.
call out to Pixis or whatever her name is. Pixis, you never write.
Oh, boom.
And then he's going to switch in his best.
This was just yesterday, by the way, with Pixis.
Yeah. So, so with his best. Whatchamacallit.
Oh, who are you attacking? The bearded guy?
No, I'm doing the guy on the floor because he's down.
Oh, you're chopping down.
Yeah,
Okay.
But in my second swing, I was going to swing at the guy because I wanted to finish saying in my best Australian accent, "That's not a knife."
Okay. All right. So the first one, he's prone.
So +4.
But it's +4. So yeah, a 13 is going to hit him. For 18 points of damage. Holy shnikes. All right, you bring that falcata down for him, and it buries itself in his back. And he lets out a, you know, that kind of thing. As he's sort of staggering up, he's like, it really hurts. You come around with it and hit a 24. I gotta check this, guys. Yeah, that's gonna hit Beardy McBearderson. And how much points damage? Minimum 13 points of damage.
Yeah.
It takes him square in the abdomen, and you give it a little twist, and blood just pours out of his stomach as he staggers backward off of the thing and falls to the ground over here. Who's moving it? Stop it.
I didn't do it.
All right, there he goes. He falls to the ground, blood pooling out everywhere. The half orc is just like, you're gonna pay for that.
Wow.
And that is the end of round 1.
Holy moly.
All right. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta run to the thing, and I'll be right back.
Well, we know how to make an entrance.
We livened up this bar. They'll be talking about this. Well, you know, those that survived. They'll be talking about this for like years.
Yeah, but all they'll be talking about is we saw a pixie dance. The ones who live are only going to remember Lorelai.
Yeah.
That's true.
Gordon, that was an amazing first move.
Yeah, that's true. It's
That
true.
worked
That's
out good.
very good. Actually, you know, that saved lives, you know. Saved lives.
I'm planning on just pushing through and getting, I think that's Joss over there in the middle of the couch.
No.
That should be, you should be able to see that since I'm
Yeah,
20 feet.
you're up high. I would just hit, you know, whatever's an opportune target, since you can kind of see everything.
Well, I guess when Les gets back, we need to ask him to lighten that area because from my vantage point, I should be able to see it and relay that to everyone
Oh,
else.
yeah. I can see it, but that's because of where I'm positioned.
Gotcha.
What area are you talking about?
He can't see the triangle that's still black.
Oh, yeah, no, you would see that. Hold on a second. Oh, I see why. Yeah, hold on.
It's gonna be
There you
hard.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some one-way lighting going on there, so which, I don't know. It's cool. But yeah, now you can see, yeah, especially Titus would be able to see the entirety of that area. He's way
So-
above it.
Who are those people? So I can relay that.
Well, there's a guy sitting on the couch and he's sort of looking on with interest, but he hasn't stood up. And this is what he looks like. Half orc, but I don't know. Atypical half orc features. Next to him, sort of curled up next to him, is this sort of urchin looking girl that's sort of like next to the couch. Neither of them have stood up. Although there does seem to be a loaded crossbow on the couch next to him over here.
Okay, so I convey that to everyone.
Okay.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on a sec. I just want to mark that.
I can't see a health bar on the two guys that are closest to Arendar.
So are you talking about this guy?
That guy and then the guy that I stabbed on the floor.
Okay, hold on. Yep. They weren't that's because they weren't combatants initially. They were just friendly fellows having a drink. Better?
They are now.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. No. Okay. All right, but there is a crossbow on there. I'll just make a quick mark and show you where it is. It's right there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just sitting on the couch. All right. So next up, Lorelei, I'm assuming is going to continue dancing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Alright.
and that's actually free action, but she's not going to do anything else
Okay.
other than what she's doing.
All right. Next, this woman is although she was originally Pixis is kind of running away in a easterly or westerly direction. At first she was pointing there, then you heard somebody yell out from over here, "Don't shoot her!" So now the Pixis this woman's crossbow wheels towards Arendar and fires. And that is a 17 hit you?
No.
All right, the arrow goes clanging off of the bar as she pulls back and begins to reload. This guy, having waited for the crossbow bolt to come over, steps over here to get sort of crossways and brings down a huge club that has a pieces of iron welded to it, like a big truncheon with pieces of metal connected to it. And he tries to swing at you at it and miss. I think that's all of that group. Yeah, it is. All right, so Wraith, you're up.
I'm gonna shoot the half orc orc, whatever he is, that tried to hit my brother.
Okay. Arrow 20 to hit. That's gonna hit. Doing
21 to hit.
And 21's the
and-
other one. You firing all those arrows?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I haven't moved, and with rapid
Yeah.
shot
Rapid
and
shot, you
gravity.
get 3 shots.
Yeah, so apparently my deal has gone.
You're missing one of the brackets, or you've got an additional bracket on there.
No, I'm missing one of the brackets. So the first one hit, the second one hit, and
Does a 16 hit?
16 does not.
It'd be 17 because he's within so many feet of him.
17 hits.
so all 3 hits. That's going to be 66 plus 15, and I'll roll that separately, and then I'll fix
Okay.
my thing. So 66 plus 15. 38.
38 points of damage.
Damn.
Dropped him like a stone. He falls sprawling on the steps as three arrow shafts interrupt him. It erupt from him.
Nicely
What was
done.
that? Oh,
I turned around to face him, and all of a sudden, right by my head, thunk, 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 3 arrows just thunk into him, and then he just drops.
you moving at all?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm good where I
Alright.
am.
Is the guy on the floor, was he part of that group with?
Yeah, he's part of that group. So to get so he's gonna start
Go ahead, stand up.
well, he's not. He's gonna start crawling. So
Crawling provokes an attack of opportunity too, so.
well, he's in the grease. So there's nobody really attacking him.
No, this guy right here.
Which guy? Oh no, he's it wasn't it's not their turn.
Oh, it's not, okay. I thought he went same time they did.
Oh yeah, yeah, he did. He would have tried to stand up, which would have provoked and given you an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
So go ahead and take it.
So it's just the first attack.
Okay. 16 will hit. Yeah, that falcata, he should never have stood up. About the time he gets up, blood streaming down his face, you finish the job and he falls to the ground again. Once I can get his stupid thing to work. Here we go. All right.
And I'm gonna once I fire the arrows and kill that guy, I'm gonna point to the girl that we've already had experience with.
Pixis, yep.
And tell her, don't move.
All right. Hold on, I'm gonna check something. Oops. Okay. All right. So you hear somebody yell out, get them! Hurry up! This guy crawls backwards. Can you crawl over grease? You can crawl over grease. It's really the only way you can travel on it, isn't it? Or you still have to do an acrobatics thing.
Who yelled get them?
It looks like that guy, from your point of view, it looks like this guy right here.
Okay.
Wait, which guy? That guy? This guy here.
Yeah.
All right, he yells, get them! This guy begins crawling backwards, so he's crawling and pulling himself up on the couch.
Wrong way.
This guy is going to try and do an acrobatics. What's his acrobatics? Wow, he has an acrobatics score. Okay, cool. And he makes it. So he's going to step gingerly over here out of the grease and yell at this person, come on, let's go. And they're both going to pull weapons. So he's going to do a second move action to get over to here. 3, 4. And this one's going to pull and come over here. Who's kind of staring down at Beardy. He's not happy about that. This guy gives his friend sort of a swift kick and says, get up, you big wiener, and comes over through here and starts to come over. He's following her, trying to catch up with her. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to. He's just not fast enough. She's moving flat out to the west and does not seem to be slowing down in response to Wraith's entreaty. I think that's it for those guys. Poe.
I'm going to do Blessings of Fervor.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
On my guys?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, so who gets that?
Pretty
you
much
get
everybody. Yeah, everybody's in range.
Okay, Blessing of Fervor. All right, so Blessing of Fervor, you have the choices, right? So here are the options that you can take. All right, see those? Increase by 30, stand up as a swift, extra attack, +2 bonus on attack, or cast a single spell as if it were large, extended, silent, or still. Cool. Did you move? Or are you going to stay where you are?
Yeah, I moved behind Arendar to the side where I got a little cover.
Gotcha. Vondram, you're up.
Well, That does change things. Increase my standard speed goes up to 30. If I cast
By 30.
by 30 and on top of what I have.
Yep.
On top of your 20, so it becomes 50.
Okay.
If you choose that, yeah, basically you can pick one.
Yeah, you'd have to pick the speed one this time.
Now keep in mind, dead bodies are difficult terrain, so they count as double.
Okay. For now, I'm just gonna shoot magic missiles at the archer in the back.
The crossbow woman?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's just 4 of them. Let's see here. Come on, I gotta get rid of my. So there's 4 of them. D4 plus 1. Where's my damn roller? Oh my god, this thing.
So then you would want to use the spell thing on Blessing of Fervor, I think, right? That's the what were the options? The spell options is
Oh yeah,
enlarge-
she can enlarge, extended, silent, or still. So I think enlarged gives max damage.
No, maximize gives max damage.
Ah,
But
okay.
you can
The large, I think, ups it by 50%. So you do your damage and then you add 50%. I think.
Enlarge spell.
Think
Oh
the
no,
thing-
it increases range.
Oh, range, okay.
Yeah,
No.
where are you seeing that? Like, I don't
It's
see
one of the
max-
blessing of fervors. It's on the last thing that I put in.
Right, but I don't see maximize or whatever you're saying.
It's not in there. It's
not in
extended,
there.
silent, or still. Silent means you don't have to make any noise. Still is you don't have to make any gestures.
I
So
got
your
it.
best bet is still to use the speed, cast your spell, and then you could use 50 feet to get all the way over to us.
Yep.
All right. I'm almost ready. I lost my roller for a second there. Okay.
14 points. All right. As the missile slam into her, you hear her grunting. Oh, oh, oh. She does
And
not
then-
drop the crossbow though.
Okay, I'm gonna use my quick little legs and get over here behind Poe
Okay.
and tell him not to move until my next round. So I
All right. So you're sort of blocked by the. I mean, you sort of got some protection too
Yeah.
from these big barrels here.
That was the point.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. All right. Pixis runs forward, hits that wind, leaps up on this thing, and jumps through the window with a huge shatter of glass. And leaps out. Now you realize that she is from the platform that she's leaping from is probably 15 feet in the air. That window. Because of the
That's
well,
right.
no, not I suppose, probably 10 feet in the air. But she has leaped out and jumped through that window, which is now broken. All right, so that window is open. All right, this guy. All right, so Titus, you probably have the best thing. This guy sort of stands up, sort of put this girl sort of is holding on to him. He sort of pushes her away so that she falls backwards onto the couch. He grabs with both hands the large crossbow and very sort of casually tosses it up onto the higher level, tosses it up over the rail. Then he walks across the couch and leaps up and begins climbing over this rail, which is going to take the rest of his turn.
Hey, all you ranged guys, get him. Don't kill him.
She stands up and begins yelling at him. Why are you going? Where are you leaving? You could get hurt. Blah, blah, blah. This guy runs over to here, steps on the thing, and peeks out the window. Then turns around and begins running back towards you guys, looking like he's going to go down the stairs. It looks like he's leaped out, sees her at the bottom on the street, and is maybe going to run out and go get her. This guy begins gingerly, with many groans, getting back on his feet.
Hmm.
Titus, you're up.
I'm going to cast Web on Flighty McFlight.
Which
and
guy?
You gotta get in the
The
way.
guy with the crossbow,
Oh, okay. So you're gonna get him. You're gonna try and web him. Okay.
and possibly ensnare the other 2 on the.
Yeah, web's
the
a
section.
specialized spell if I remember right.
But I mean, it's a 20-foot radius.
All right. What do you think
Radius?
a web color is? I'm
That's
gonna
40
go
foot
with blue.
across. Yeah. Blue or white?
20-foot radius?
That's huge.
Yes, sir. I'll double no, that,
Let me check that one.
yeah, let me check. I thought it said 20 feet.
It might be 20 feet across. They sometimes
20-foot radius spread.
it is. It's a 20-foot radius. All right, so you should be able to move that. Put it where you want.
Actually, that gets all three of them.
It gets out half of the building.
And gets that door too.
I think it should probably, you should just like ground zero it right there.
Well, I thought about that, but that would ensnare the people that are keeping me safe. So
Oh, they're not helping that much.
that's true. I think I'm good with where it is.
All right, so you go to there. So let me check the web. All right, so web creates many levers. Reflex save. If the save succeeds, you're in the web, but otherwise effective. If it fails, you are grappled and must get out of the grapple. So all right, so let's do this. So here's gonna be the crossbow guy's reflex save. Shit. What's the DC on this?
It's
Higher than 11.
It's gonna be higher than 11. It's probably 15 or 16.
Ish. What my guess is.
DC 19.
19. All right. Well, he is webbed, and you can hear him sort of going, "Oh, son of a biscuit," as he is trying to extricate him from the webbage. So I'm going to put a little thing on here that indicates that he is webbed. The rest of so these two guys, the guy that got punched in the balls, almost gets out, but he's also webbed. So why the hell not? Where is it? Where is it? It's like they change the little sigils every time I look around here. Here we go. And then the guy climbing over the couch who's just been greased, he does not get his dex bonus. Closer, he's doing better. The less Pete, come on now. The more they shouldn't be able to do it, the closer they get. And the girl, also in the blowback. Ooh, she gets even closer, but still, did you say it's a 19?
Let me double check. I thought that's what I saw.
But it's a second level spell, so it's 12 plus his charisma stat bonus.
Oh, if it's plus charisma, it's then it might be more than 19.
No, it's not.
I think it's
charisma bonus, not your number.
Right. No, I get it. I believe it's 19.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
none of them made it. Some of them came close, but they're all now lodged firmly in an enormous web that has now covered that whole area, the couch, the 4 people in it, most of the barrels, and all this other stuff. Everything. People are like, the fuck is going on in here?
No, they're not. They're looking at Lorelei.
That's true. A lot of them are looking at it. Some of them are wondering what the fuck is going on here, because there's like one guy, these 2 guys at the bar are like, well, this is certainly livened up this day. We've got because these 2 manage not to think. They're looking over the bar. Everybody else, this barmaid is still serving them. Just another day at the Velvet Rose. Keep out of the webs. Titus, are you moving?
No, I think I've got a good vantage point here.
You're gonna hover. All right. So from a fly spell, if you're gonna hover, I need you to do a fly check on your.
Yeah, you're better off to keep moving. Otherwise,
okay.
Otherwise, you fall out of the air.
Gotcha. Okay, I will hover above
Arendar.
Oh.
You only have to move like 15 feet or something like that, but you do have.
Okay. Then
you don't have. You can move. I think you can move almost anything as long as you're not hovering. I mean, even 5 or 10 feet would be okay.
Okay, I will move between Poe and Wraith.
All right, so you remember you're still 20 feet in the air.
Yes,
you're not between us at all. You're
sort of like, so you're not really between them. You're sort of way above them. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I can't. Wraith complained last time I covered his icon.
Gotcha. Okay, he is a complainer. All right, is that it for you then, Titus?
Haven't I done enough?
Feels like it. Oh no.
Yes, sir. All right.
So this guy is stunned.
Okay.
I can help you, Ono. I can make you bigger.
I really don't want to kill him.
You could just say you're doing non-lethal damage.
Yeah, you're doing that.
And there's no penalties because you're a monk. There's no penalties for you to do that. And you knock him out and he will eventually wake up.
I'm gonna knock him out.
All right, you gonna try and hit him again?
Yeah, I'm gonna declare stunning fist.
Actually, I
But-
wouldn't this time.
He's already stunned. You don't get that. You don't get it. You have a limited amount of stunning fists. You can
Yeah.
still
Yes.
call it. It's okay, but
And you're more than likely going to drop him this round, so you're going to stun him with using the stunning fist.
All right. I will not do stunning fist on the advice of my esteemed colleagues. I will just hit him with a non-lethal blow. So
Okay.
I'll hit him in.
now I think you can do flurry of blows.
Okay.
Yeah, you can and say they're all non-lethal.
Yes.
And you can actually give +2 to all of them if for the blessing of fervor if you chose that like
Where
third.
are you?
You can. You could get +2. He's right here. He's still down over by the table.
Oh,
He never left the table.
I ran right by him.
Okay. So I'm not sure how to add +2.
Just do your
Yeah, we'll add him.
maximum will add
Right.
2.
Okay. I will punch him non-lethally many times.
Okay. All right. So I can't read these. So 20,
So-
12, and is that third attack is a natural 1, isn't it?
It is.
But
So
he won't do that if he drops him before then.
Well, the 20 is a hit, and it does 9 points of damage. That will not drop him.
Okay, the second one's a 14.
14 is a miss.
And he's stunned, so he doesn't have his dex or anything.
Ooh, hold on. Because his AC is 15. Yeah, that 14's gonna hit for 10. Yep, that's gonna knock him out. So he keels over and begins snoring loudly as his head falls in the puddle of ale that he created when he dropped his mostly full ale mug.
All right, cool.
I'm going to
one
yell
down.
at him to run if you still have any movement left. Run to me, and I'll make it
Well,
bigger.
he's done a full attack action, so best he can do is a 5-foot step.
Even if he doesn't have attack number 3 because he didn't need it.
It's still more than 1, so
Okay.
it's still a full
Gotcha.
attack action.
Okay. Well, I will move
Do a 5-foot step.
5 feet. Then, if I can.
Okay.
Now,
You can move 5 feet.
are all the blue guys, the guys with the blue dots, gonna come charging now?
All the guys that you could see right now with blue dots. Now, these two guys are outside, so they might be getting ready to come in, but they're still outside, right? They're paid not to pay attention to what's going on inside.
Yeah, they're paid
That's fine.
But all the internal security guys are staring at Lorelei, except for the one that you just knocked out.
Right. Okay, good. Great. And where's you know what? Fine. I'll step 5 foot toward the north.
Okay. Well, that's a table. You just gonna jump up on the table there?
Sure. Hiya.
All right. So you see him jump up on the table.
Hiya.
This guy here, who is not stunned or not fascinated, basically says, "Hey, that was a good punch."
All right. All right, cool. I think that's me.
All right. He's out. Arendar, you're last, bottom of the order.
Yeah. Gonna take a 5-foot step up to here,
Okay.
and then I'm using the +2s.
Okay. Are you attacking somebody?
Attacking Packerson, yeah.
Okay, this guy.
Yeah,
All right, go for it. Was that a 5-foot step? So you still get a full attack?
right.
Okay.
So these are all 2 higher than what they say.
Gotcha. 25 and a 12. So the 25 will hit, but the 12 will not.
Right, so 18.
18 points of falcata damage. He felt it. And
Wait,
sort of
power
staggers
attack, so-
backwards. Yep. He staggers backward, but he's still up and he's going to swing upon you at the next opportunity he gets. Which will likely be, is that it for you then?
Yeah,
Okay. So that's the end of round 2. We will start next time. We're after 11 here. We'll start next time with round 3 as we continue the TBK.
Wow. TBK. This is great.
So a couple of things. Just I don't know if you saw it. The D&D pool party will be at my house on Saturday, July 13th, with a rain date on the 20th. Save the date if you are
It's in
local.
my calendar.
13.
Excellent.
And you want to
Yeah.
announce the end of June thing?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I did put that in there. We're having a so there's five Sundays in June this month, and we're having a big sort of everybody who participates in late night game night meeting. So if you play any Sunday night games, you are invited. And we're going to talk about a little of what's coming this year, and how things are going to be changing as we sort of wrap up some campaigns, start new campaigns, welcome certain other people, that kind of thing. So we're gonna have a little Zoom meeting that night to talk about all of those things and answer questions and sort of figure out what the fall of this year is going to look like.
What night is that, Les?
That's Sunday, June 30th.
It's just this Sunday.
It's the
Normal
5th.
start
Yeah.
time, and
Yep.
yeah,
Well,
it shouldn't go very long.
yeah. Maybe an hour.
Yeah.
You guys can banter for 20 minutes before you can get down to anything. What are you kidding?
And we
Okay, so
usually
an hour
do.
and 20 minutes.
Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes.
Mhm.
We'll still be midnight. We'll be like, are we ever going to finish this call?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes,
All
good
right.
night, guys.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate
Night,
it.
all.
We'll continue
Good
this
night.
next time.
Cool.
All right. See y'all.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Night, Chuck. Talk soon.
Hi, dude.